DJ Wide Body.
The pre-show. What's do? What it do? Let everybody know we here.
Wide Body.
Yeah. No, we do.
DJ Wide Body. DJ Wide Body.
We in here.
DJ
Shout on 300. 300 subs. Thank you. We moving up.
DJ Wide Body.
Pre-show. There we go.
DJ Wide Body.
All right, we're gonna start off real light.
DJ Wide Body.
Let's get it.
I'm lost in confused, nigga.
Shakalaka Uno is the beat knocker, number one beat knocker, number one beat knocker. Boom shakalaka Uno is the beat knocker, number one beat knocker, number one beat knocker. It's be that beat rocker, them street doctors, them heat droppers. We keep knocking, you keep copping the fleet and I foresee it properly. I keep exhausting an equal offering. I'm never off cause I'm keeping on it, I'm liking all it. And when I'm yawning, I'm shading y'all and I keep it guarding. As green as can be, them trees calling to me, I'm honest. Control these pests cause these insects be creeping, crawling. Been sleeping on them since he touched the microphone. Or least of all the tail from the Bronx, call it collage, and I'm that reeking, this rice and beans is a domino. Capico, that's the motto, just like a numero, Spanish lotto. I keep a hotter flow cause my people's is tropical, optical, the illusion.
Going live at 7.
Is watching flow, and I'm not slipping my chancleta, all grip the flow. Let up, patroso cabrones, you get to stop, I go. And let them know that we sweeping hurdles and obstacles. Mopping glow. Shakalaka Uno is the beat knocker, number one beat knocker, number one beat knocker. Boom shakalaka Uno is the beat knocker, number one beat knocker, number one beat knocker. I hear this beat rocking, I see me crafting this opus. You need the coppers, support the beast in the open. And we ain't hunting, we eat when we feed them vultures. Cause they can get it first, creeping up with a bloody thirst, leaving them all deceased when we feasting up on them dirty birds. And that's some dirty work, that's how they get them turkeys jerk. They hit her, then they blast their ass with a 30-30. And it ain't pearly gates, it's pallets with pearly teeth. And then instead of shitter, they shit carrots and grim reaper. It's like a sleeper cell, Bin Laden the creature hell. He probably excited cause he right in the deep of hell. Until the freezes over, he will always be by hell. You gon' meet the feet cause you speak and eat the shit the fuck up. Stuff like peanut butter, he dug in his sneaker cover. Ain't nobody firing nothing, scary motherfuckers. Let your imagination swing like Stevie Wonder. Shakalaka Uno is the beat, Stevie Wonder. Shakalaka Uno is the beat, Stevie Wonder. Shakalaka Uno is the beat, Stevie Wonder.
Scientific, marvelous arsonist. Duck when the gods beat. Cynic, autistic, retarded, cold-hearted shit. Off with his head for arguing. His whack MC season and I'm going hunting. You're the target, man. Often I snap and start to snatch hearts. So back off it before auctioning body parts. Try and latch on the words of this authentic marksman. Thoughts blend and form the skills I harness. Step inside my office. Hear them dogs barking. I'm all pit. Locked on your mind, I can't get off it. Only feed me that raw shit cause you are what you eat. I'm lost in the beat. There's laws in the street you must follow. I'm off limits. My thought speed's endless. Dropping fire embers. The type of nigga you admire my existence. My rhymes bend your dentures and inch your appendix. I'm a gold medalist in this rap Olympics. Hurdle the track, I swim through flows and toss verses like a javelin across distances you can't imagine. Jabbing your skin with magical hymns and street anthems. Grabbing men, attack them back, smack them, give them aspirins. I masturbate words, the verses, the orgasm, bitch.
Somebody help me. See, I assume to just hop on this track and spaz out. Lash out, cast out doubt, whatever that's about. Cause I'm a beast, I'm a monster, a villain. Contrary to any belief, devour that power to cower words together. I'm not the first or better, but worth the endeavor to lend me your ears and hurt these letters. Thirsting for pleasure, that's a burst of his energy. Synergy with his pen and he's heavenly with this melody. Enemies best beware of him. Forced to be reckoned with, heckling conscious tampering evidence. I'm a hammer that's hammering relevance.
New Dixie Freely. Off that Playing It By Ear. Let's get it. Pounds of Tape Hiss. That's on Bandcamp as well. Cop that Dixie Freely as well. Let everybody know we here. Double trouble. Smith and Swift, let's get it.
Okay. Let's get into it like.
More Dixie Freely. Go ahead on Bandcamp. You know how we do.
Like wet shirts and act like they be clapping harder. Shorty's best twerk. I know you seen them cause they faker than Stefan Urkel and cursed them worse than Seeley did to master color purple. They walk around exposed vulnerable like wet shirts and act like they be clapping harder. Shorty's best twerk. I know you seen them cause they faker than Stefan Urkel and cursed them worse than Seeley did to master color purple. I've been swerving them lanes on that verge of the game, known for skirting them outskirts, never thirsted for fame. I'm my own kind of being, and I'm not talking gandules. Speaking of which, I'm too old for this shit. I knew this. Stuck in the past like Pinto, knowing I shouldn't do this. Feeling like I got something to say. Maybe I'm clueless. Outdated the reference on purpose, just for them stupid. I am elusive with lucid thoughts. I move quick. This is exclusive. This old head bars a nuisance. You let them loose and I drop more change than 2 cents. I'll take the dollar while I get the hollering blueprints and leave the booth wreck when y'all start the modeling blueprint. Like who's next is toothless, your loose lip is useless. I proofread them booklets while y'all left excuses. It causes confusion, stuck inside of illusions. Fuck calling it Karen, I'm calling this bitch Susan. They walk around exposed vulnerable like wet shirts and act like they be clapping harder. Shorty's best twerk. I know you seen them cause they faker than Stefan Urkel and cursed them worse than Seeley did to master color purple. They walk around exposed vulnerable like wet shirts and act like they be clapping harder. Shorty's best twerk. I know you seen them cause they faker than Stefan Urkel.
Same old rhythm got a Circulation is the heart of presentation. I bleed on the page, rhymes flow from meditation. Dictation of words pouring directly from my soul. Brash and bold, Torahs and told, precious as gold. Touch touching hearts and minds. When lines don't make you press rewind by design, my words move mankind. Why unleash my speech without a motive to teach and reach the lost sheep and uplift the meek? My mic is a tool to civilize schools and impart verbs and words to ridicule the rules. This beat is bumping, I got the speakers jumping, the world is crumbling, so I gotta say a little something. When I step to the stand with words in the span and manifest cleverness and light over the land.
Off the top with the brown, sitting with the family, it's about that time to eat. Time to feast, time to rock these beats. Black mad rap, beating these streets. In my own parking lot, I mean driveway. Better yet, I do it the real way. Like a grown man, putting it down for the fam.
I don't live here, I don't live here.
Off the top with the brown, sitting with the family, it's about that time to eat. Time to feast, time to rock these beats. Black mad rap, beating these streets. In my own parking lot, I mean driveway. Better yet, I do it the real way. Like a grown man, putting it down for the fam. Yes, I'm off the top with mine, yes I am. I don't eat green eggs and ham. I read the book, don't mess with crooks. I keep it real regular for my girl, keep it vanilla. Even though I'm chocolate and I rock the spot off the top of the dome. Yes sir, I'm with my old lady at home, but she ain't really old. We still rather bold when we spitting these raps, abstract off the top of the code rack. Yes, I do it. Don't misconstrue the flow, so now you know I be the best, standing in all sections. If it was me, you would vote for the election. Nah, I'm off the top of the dome. I said it once before, I'm twice as nice. Ain't dipped in ice, never that. Yeah, I get your hands rocking and toes tapping and all that. Black Mad Rack, that's my name, but right now.
Raw hustle from the corpuscle. Have MCs striking like the street light to hit the four muzzle. Like to hit the four muzzle. I push the pillar in the light to hit the four muzzle. I push the pillar in the light to hit the four muzzle. I push the pillar in the light to hit the four muzzle. I push the pillar and the walls crumble. Words with fringe, JB hit my line and my score double. God body, that's some more trouble. And when we huddle, we pass around the plate cause that was sauce tumble. The stakes bubbled like a late fumble. And I'm concentrating in a major way like the Yays bumble. That DOM shit ain't no punko. Set off some 203s and get you done for. I was chubby in the race and I run slow, but I'm hunched low with the cold and it's dumb snow where I eat. People know my name, I'm not there to meet, I'm there to peep. They breed in groups and there to speak like parakeets. I seen a shepherd raise a leper who would rarely reach. This ain't the reverend's preach, he the coach, he rarely sleep. I spent long days calling plays in hallways, hugs for the thugs, win and lose between ball games. These small games, they in class with spelling ball names. Guys dodged the traffic law to look like the fraud game. I'm allergic to the fame like a dog's mane. You could have it all, see the world still be ordained.
Because we became blood, initiated our lives in love, knew what it was since the first day we met. Now we both going hard for the set, and that's our foundation. Took vows with no hesitation, have the right to say that you a Mason. It feels so amazing to have a love that can stay blazing through all this cold weather. Tough skin like genuine leather, you're appreciated. So many efforts to be celebrated, lots of patience in this journey of collaboration, fascination of your full-figure picture naked. I shall embrace it as a lover and protector. Sweet melanin skin, honeydew nectar, kissing on your neck. But why should I kiss and tell? All they need to know is I got my wish from the wishing well. So wish as well, it was just a penny. In the closet, let the skeletons cry. Don't ever ask the melanin why, cause I don't answer bird niggas. Fly, pelican, fly. I keep the smoke like I'm holding cigars. BMX, I got them flipping over these bars. The whole crowd oohs and ahs, not knowing how bad you hurting, that you smile through the scars. Black Mav laced it, I'm one with the vibe. I'm on a quest for love and I come with a tribe. Thumbing the drive, and I'm thumbing the ride. On my way to Motor City, yep, I'm coming inside.
I'm from a place where they still drug smuggle. 3 different types, niggas out here trying to juggle. Get it from the muscle, the universal rebuttal for niggas that's earning stripes about. I'm from a place where they still drug smuggle. 3 different types, niggas out here trying to juggle. Get it from the muscle, the universal rebuttal for niggas that's earning stripes about the concrete jungle. Where mumbling get you drilled, rumbles will get you killed. You stumble up in the field, death ahead, what man numbers, play ball run with the pill. Hit the quarter, find the pills, hit the range with the MOP.
Armed men entered a bank. The suspects had huge amounts of ammunition on them, according to police, who said the men had firearm magazines strapped to their bodies.
Yo, I was in the District of Columbia, sitting in the Hummer truck with wide body and mental to guard. Our face was covered up, dressed in all black clothes. Plus we had the guns with us, duct tape in case we had to muzzle up the customers. Bank of America was casing the area. 7 months straight, found out where the safe and the cameras was. Now here's the plan, mental and Sam, all the stick up men. Wide body, look out here, no business, then we split the grands. 7 minutes was the limit to pull off the job. Mental cocked his pistol, shot a security guard. Hey fella, flash the Glock at the bank teller. Cooperate, show me the safe, fucking spray the hell up. Grab him by the collar, hit the safe, grabbed a lot of dollars, threw him in the double bag. How long when I'm in trouble?
Take it easy in your area, man.
Somebody must have
get it cracked. I'm rough, rugged and raw. Give me a round of applause. Exposing all of you frauds is like my passionate cause. Stay tuned, cause I'm about to make cake and dash. If I'm jammed up in the jam, I got toast to help me break the fast. Smash the gas and I'm ghost off to the next city. Fresh and so clean with the mindset to go green. The flow's meaner than the woman's scorn. When niggas bring the drama, I just go and grab the popcorn. Catch the gangster when they type in the message and freeze the fuck up face to face, and they be stressing that they ain't got beef and it's all love, but fuck that. Twitter thumbs be getting these cats fucked up.
Came a long way without faking, boy. Came a long way, what's shaking, bro? Came a long way, I can't make this up. Real recognize real with this music, cuz. Came a long way without faking, boy. Came When I make it, we all gon' eat, homie. Big dog just turned to a beast on him. B.O.E., yeah, nigga, we stay pop. Rapping real shit while you niggas fake pop. Y'all talking about money, niggas talking about dope. Rapping about everything you ain't got, bro. Keep it real with yourself, that's how I roll. Never let go, I gotta get more. Niggas do anything just to set a soul. Wearing tight clothes, niggas with makeup on. Take me back to the 90s with the G's, bro. Whole black down, nigga with a Raiders cap. Got the 9 tug if a nigga wanna trip. Middle fingers up, nigga, that's to the law. Shout out to the OGs that linked down. Hey, I remember when they was snitch. Now these niggas singing like them on beat chicks. And if a nigga had beat it, he'll see about it. I ain't winning and heard for a diss track. Came a long way, and I fake it, boy. Came a long way, what's shaking, bro? Came a long way, I can't make this up. Real recognize real with the music, cuz. Came a long way, without faking, boy. Came a long way, without shaking, bro. Came a long way, I can't make this up. Real recognize real with this music, cuz. When I started doing music, yeah, they laughed at me. When I asked them to do a feature, them niggas passed on me. So I went back to grind to perfect my craft. Dropped the tracks, set the tracks with my own style. Fell in love with music, nigga, right there. Then I said to myself, no, I won't fail. Going harder on everything I wrote down. Now it's Mr. B.O.E., what's shaking round? Hey, I ain't never gonna ask now. Get right in the booth and wild eye. Had a click of niggas, but they all flaked on me. If you can't keep it 100, I ain't really on it. G shit, that's what I'm all about, homie. L-A-R-G-O is where I'm from, homie. Down south, nigga, with a different lingo. Never shied away from different beats, bro. Fuck a metaphor, nigga, I'm straight up. I never changed up, I kept it street, bro. B.O.E. bumped out, yeah, it's all me. Shout out to the homie, still fuck with me. Came a long way, without faking, boy. Came a long way, what's shaking, bro? Came a long way, I can't make this up. Real recognize real with this music, cuz. Came a long way, without faking, boy. Came a long way, without shaking, bro. Came a long way, I can't make this song.
1, 2, 1, 2. What it do? That's right. It's about that time. This 25th day of June is Talk That Stuff. I'm your host, DJ Wide Body. I got the panel with me. I got the chat with me. We got the playback. Let's meet the panel. Let's meet the panel. Up first, from Atlanta. No, I'm sorry. From Jersey, now in Atlanta. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Jabbar himself, K. Cooper. Up next, from Jersey, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Sunray Beats, aka the Jersey Sun.
Yo.
And last but not least, from Jersey, let's give it up for Miss Serene Jewel, Monica Donato.
Peace, peace, peace.
And once again, I'm DJ Wild Body, and this is Talk That Stuff this 25th day of June. Summertime, let's get it. Let's go. Wow. What's going on? How's everything going? We're in the building. Let me get my sound effects. Shout out to those that are not here. Got some people joining us later. Rod's running a little late, but we will get it done. And as always, shout out to the sponsors, Papa's Wood Shop, Tapped In Network, and also my man, Skeet on the Rocket. Shout out to the Adventurer. What it do, what it do. We in the building. How y'all doing, man? I'm happy to be here, man. Been a long time. Happy belated Father's Day to everybody. You know, we be back in the building. You know, it's what it is, man. How y'all doing, man? I'm sorry. Ask y'all again.
All right, man. It's doing a lot of raining out here in Atlanta, man. Just raining.
Let me tell you something, bro.
Y'all give me 1 second.
Okay, bro. It's 100 and something degrees today, man. I mean, it was so humid, and it was humid. Yo, you don't get no worse than that. It just
Florida. Yeah, y'all feeling it.
Yeah, we didn't get hit last year, so it was paying us.
No, it was hot until it started raining, but it was raining all last week.
Do you know what I do for some rain? You know what I do with some rain right now? You know what I would do for some damn rain? I mean, any which way. It usually rains like every day at 3 o'clock. It didn't even do that today. And said, nah, man, we're gonna skip that rain, finish baking y'all. It was so uncomfortable. Like, you have no idea how uncomfortable it is. 100 degrees, 95 probably steady, and humid, everything sticky, oh God. Any which way, if this is any inclination of the summer, boy, we're gonna be in some trouble down here. Shout out to everybody in Jersey. Shout out to everybody in Alaska. You know what I mean? DJ Rec, what it do? Shout out to DJ Rec in the chat. You know what I mean? Let's get the chat. Let everybody know we're here, man. Let's get some people in the room. Got a lot of dope topics to discuss tonight. Shout out to Serene Jewel, sis. You know, her touch on it, man. She just got a gift for that shit, man. I just can't do it, bro. She gave me a whole
Knock it off.
I mean, I had
you know us women always got shit to talk about, so let's go.
Let me tell you what I did. So I got it off the phone. I put it on my Google Doc. I got it on my laptop. I couldn't, no way. But yeah, we got a lot of shit going on tonight. So first thing I want to talk about, everyone, you know, the hot topics. We got that submarine, and over there with the old Titanic wreck from 1912, I believe, the Titanic went down. These people went in a submersible submarine. A lot of people getting it mixed up. It's not a submarine because it's kind of not a propel type of thing. It can turn and shit, but it is assisted. It went down. Sunday was going down after it lost radio communication after an hour and a half. From what I hear, the Navy heard an explosion around that time. They never reported it. They used a lot of resources to try to find it. You know, there's a lot of other stuff going on in the world. What are your take on that, man? With this submersible sub and them signing waivers and how it wasn't certified and these people had to pay $250,000. Is that something that you might be interested in doing ever?
Not if the government involved. I don't know. I don't know what happened, man. I don't trust nothing they say, so I don't know what that was about. For all I know, they went to another dimension. I don't know what they did, man.
The conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
All right.
conspiracy all day
I
long.
never even thought of that.
I don't trust in nothing they say, man. It's always some type of problem. Then they wait. Then they give us some excuse to.
Well,
what
implode
happened.
it.
I don't believe it. I don't believe nothing they tell us.
Miss
Yeah,
Jewel.
ask me.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this much. I mean, I think it's natural for some people, if you're like an earthly person, it's natural for you to be curious about the deep blue sea, just like people are paying that amount to go to space.
Right.
You know, people are curious. They want to know, they want to see. And I think that if you're that adventurous, if you have the money and you trust the resource, you would do it. Would I do something like that? If it was a trusted vessel, I probably would, because I am a thrill seeker,
Okay.
but I'm an adventurer as well.
Right.
But I wouldn't just get in a what is it called?
Submersible.
What's the vessel called?
Submersible. Sub.
Right. I wouldn't do something that small just to go look. I wouldn't be interested in going to view the Titanic.
No.
However, would I be interested in just going in the depths of the ocean to just see what's down there? Yes, I would.
Right.
Pay $250,000? Hell no.
Right.
No.
I mean, I feel you. Like, if it's a reliable source, I mean, like if you can trust it. But I don't know what's down there, yo. It might be, giant octopus. I mean, we don't know what's down there. It could be Godzilla's. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? So you're taking that risk because it's a whole different life down there, man. You see the fish they show us, the ones that eyes glow in the dark. They got razor sharp teeth. We
Like
don't know what's
aliens
down
down
there.
there.
We don't know what's down there. So
What-
it's kind of
Right.
But if you're a venture seeker, then I understand because you're willing to take that chance.
I think that's
a little
dope.
different.
I think that's dope, but it's got to be something like, one of the guys, a CBS correspondent, he actually did go down there last year with that same company, and he said it was like a phone book full of waivers and shit to sign. And then, they kind of explained how they built this machine. They used carbon fiber. As we all know, submarines are made of carbon steel. Carbon fiber to try to, you got all this thousands of pound pressure on this thing. And you go in there and he's showing you his Logitech controller that he got, Xbox controller, and he's got this fucking hook on the he's got like a little grab handle on the ceiling, and he goes, I got this one from Campers World. I ain't going down in there. I'm sorry, man.
Right.
I'm not going down in that one.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah,
I love aquatic shit. I love aquatic shit. So I would be interested in doing something like that, but it had to be certified, regulated. It had to be somebody that has used this machine and knows the how to push it. James Cameron, this guy, they said they studied this shit for 3 years before they even attempted to make a plan. So, people have been down there. James Cameron was one of them. He dove one of the deepest oceans in the world. So it can be done. But when you're putting shit together in carbon fiber and going to Home Depot, throwing shit together. And my thing is, if you got $250,000 to burn, if you didn't inherit that, you probably earned it yourself. You ain't a stupid, sensible, senseless son of a bitch. Somebody had to do some research on this. And from what I hear, they said that marine community is a very tight knit community, and they got in touch with that company and was urging them to get certified, and they just support them. So I don't know.
Well, bro, I mean, the first thing, I just want to take several steps back and offer my condolences to the family, because
absolutely
we do things because we're curious, and I don't think anyone goes in with the intent of losing their life. So, and especially a young adult at that, who didn't get to explore the world as the other individuals in that vessel. So my condolences to the family. Secondly, what type of research was done on this vessel with that amount of weight in it, and talking about the pressures going that deep in this vessel with that amount of weight in it? What type of records could you produce me, like actual records? And I'm not talking about manual records. I want to see data that shows that this actually worked before, because I wouldn't necessarily want to be the first person
Oh no.
taking this deep dive.
Oh,
at doing
no.
this season.
Trailblazer, right? You trailblazer.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
a thrill seeker, but I don't
Right.
want to be the first one to raise my hand and say, "Oh yes, let me, you know, do it."
Nah, you
And
gotta
I'm
be
paying you
smart about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You gotta be
Exactly.
smart about it.
Basically, you don't want to be a test dummy. 'Cause
I
that's
don't
basically
wanna be
what
a
you would
test-
be.
And that's
You-
what they was.
To be the first, second, or third, maybe, you know, all right, fourth or fifth, you
Right.
know, okay, but the first one to do it, and I'm taking, you know, one of my children with me. No,
Oh,
babe,
yeah.
you stay,
Yeah,
I'll
right.
go. If that's the case, but my heart breaks that this young person was in this vessel with these individuals. And then I don't know if you guys read any of the blogs.
Right.
One of the family members spoke out and said the young person was a little petrified and nervous.
He didn't want to go.
Sure, hell
They-
yeah.
right.
He's his father.
Anybody
Right.
should be.
They probably felt them vibes, man. Like, nah, we ain't supposed to be on here.
Right.
Right.
He didn't
Yeah.
want to go.
Mhm.
Hamish, the names were Hamish Harding, Shahanza Dawood, and his son Suleiman, Paul Henry Nargalet, which was one of the Titanic experts, and the chief executive officer of Ocean Gate was Stockton Rush. They all perished, man. So
Right.
that's you got a good point there. My condolences go out to their families, man. Nobody wants to see that, but people are gonna be. We're going to be debating and talking about this because I know people that have. Do you see these people that rock climbing shit unassisted and shit? Like, why don't we have that same type? I never see a brother or sister on the side of a fucking mountain with rock climbing gear and shit. I don't.
That's not really our thrill, though.
Yeah, like we got our limits. You know what I mean?
Rick said that ain't us, man.
Yeah, that ain't what we do. man.
We not dancing in the woods when we hear that noise. We not doing that. You go ahead and go, Sally. We'll wait back. When you come back safe, then we'll know it's all right.
Right. To make it back.
Yeah, I
How'd
guess
it go?
in some instances you got to take a chance because you got to think about the first people that flew in the plane. That was scary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it could crash. You don't know what you're dealing with. So
Yeah, but I'm sure there was trials.
Yeah, it was plenty
Many-
trials. Yeah,
Many trials before they actually put some people on that
yeah,
bitch.
true. Yeah,
They said we're going to take a trip.
Tightrope
Right.
walkers. You see these people walking tight ropes across like some mountains and shit, unassisted, no fall gear or nothing. And it's like,
that's
damn,
not the thrill I'm looking for. I don't
it's
want
like a
that.
sickness
I
or
don't
something,
need
bro.
that. Yeah, I don't need that. No.
You know-
Yeah.
Go ahead, Monica.
Individuals of color that are out there that are thrill seekers, I think what we're breaking into now is just being shown on television. Like we have now people of color who are going around the world tasting food. You know what I'm saying? And they're actually showing it on TV.
Yeah.
And now that we have this full now that we have this full access of social media, you can Google it and see it. It's just not broadcast at the forefront because you got some individuals, some broadcast companies, some television shows, they just want certain individuals in the forefront of who did it first.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We still dealing with that dynamic, even though you know we're making segue. You got some people that want a certain type of individual shown to have done it first.
Right. I mean,
But my last point, you right, Rick. We ain't running first. We gonna peek and be like, all right, we'll see you when you get back.
Yeah. Peek behind that bush.
I could be like, I hit it.
When you get back, right?
Like,
You ain't
motherfucker,
gonna
like I hit it first, but I
behind
ain't
me.
doing
Oh
that
hell
first.
no. Yeah. We ain't doing that.
That's no shit that has a high percentage of people losing their lives. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, like anything that has to do with the code, we're not the first.
What's up,
to try.
Wallace?
We don't like the code. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
mean,
the
we
Olympic-
have been known to explore the coast. It's some, I can't say that because it's some people that explore Europe. That it's a black.
Well,
folk
no.
that-
When I'm
But
not
we're
saying that.
We're not known. I get what you're saying. We're definitely
Well,
not, we're not
well, I'm
known
more
for
so
that.
saying like the Olympic Games and just stuff
Yeah,
like
I
you know,
get what
like
you're saying.
yeah, like that kind of stuff.
And I don't think it has anything to do with being brave and shit. I don't think that the thrill seeking has he's brave. He tightrope across some mountains or something, and all he had to do was get blown. You know, I don't think that has anything to do with being brave because our ancestors hunted down lions and killed.
Absolutely.
So,
And still doing it.
Word up.
and still doing it.
Yo,
But what I will
go ahead.
tell you, it's exciting to. I'm sorry, Kareem. I just wanted to get this one last point. It's
You
so
good.
exciting to watch on TV if you are outdoorsy or if you're an adventurous person. I could sit here and watch Net Geo all day. I can
Oh,
watch
yeah.
Oh
nature.
yeah.
I
Hell
can
I'm
yeah.
watch.
watching the
Yeah.
Science
I-
Channel right now.
Yeah,
Yes,
I love
yes,
that shit.
and I love watching it. No matter what culture, race, nothing. I can just sit and watch it for hours, and it just looks so death-defying, but it looks so serene. Those
Yeah.
aerial shots that they give you, man, it's
Peaceful.
beautiful.
It's peaceful.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Word up.
especially if you deal with like anxiety or
Yep.
adult ADHD is real. If you're just looking for something to take you outside of your norm, just to woosah and exhale,
Yeah.
it can really bring you back
Oh,
full
yeah.
circle and just
Yeah, I
center
agree
you,
with
you
that.
know?
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
shit.
can
Definitely
see that.
agree
I
with
can see that.
What's
Yeah.
up?
I can see that.
Let's welcome Rod Wallace and Mo
Rod.
Lee.
Yes, brother
You know what I'm
Wallace.
saying?
Cody.
What up? What up?
Welcome.
My
What's
sister
up?
here.
What's going on? Welcome.
It's raining. Hey, it's raining up this way, so I'm gonna stay on mute until I got something to say.
Yo,
all right?
it's
Okay,
raining
bro.
this way too, brother.
Damn, raining every damn way.
Raining,
Everywhere.
it's raining
All right.
scandalous right
Yeah.
now.
Y'all
Damn.
say hi to my sister on this phone.
What's up,
What's
Mo?
up, Mo?
Monique, peace, Monique.
Hey,
Yeah.
y'all.
Hey, but I guess what I was gonna say, all I was gonna say is like they like to play with death. That's the thing with them.
Hey, that's
They-
what
they-
I'm
they-
looking for.
Like they like to walk that thin line. You know, if I
Yeah.
fall off this rope, I'm gone. But hey, I gotta get this feeling. Like they like.
What y'all
Yeah.
talking about? Y'all talking about the submarine?
Yes.
Yeah. It started with that. Yeah.
Here's what I said. I said that, this was the ultimate, what I guess could be termed like white people shit for real.
Yep.
Yeah,
But-
that's
Right.
Or rich
exactly
people,
what it
or
is.
rich people.
That's what I'm
rich
saying.
people
That's what we
shit,
segued into.
Being able to say that you did something that somebody else did not do. That's the rich
Yeah.
people stuff. But
Yeah.
we prefer, there are some of us, especially at certain ages, we like risk too, but we like our risk in familiar environments.
Yeah.
Like,
Word up.
No doubt.
Mhm.
the store by the crib ain't really all that safe, but you'll still go there. The shit is
Yeah.
familiar, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but they like to be in places that a lot of people don't go. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's psychological or not, but hey, I don't joke around about death, but at the same token, it is kind of it's indicative of a lot of shit.
Yeah, man. I told you that's their thing. They like to play with life and death. That's
Yeah,
their thing.
yeah,
But can we just bring it back to a point Kareem said? Bro, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Go
No,
ahead.
no,
Go ahead.
go
Let's
ahead,
do that,
go
'cause
ahead.
I wanna say-
That's all I'm gonna
Kareem brought up the government, and I think that's a very good point too that he made. The conspiracy theorists and the government and how they do intercept some stuff without ever going on record, knowing that. Allowing us to know that they interfered and stuff. I think that's a really good point, and I don't think we should exclude that from what could have possibly occurred.
Yeah, because they control the
Never
media, they
exclude the
control everything.
government.
So
Right.
they
Yep.
control everything. So they can kind of steer your opinion, your emotions, they everything. So that's why I say that.
Good point.
So let me
Yeah.
ask this. So everybody in this panel believes that there is things that are thrown into the news cycle that hide bigger stories.
Hell yeah.
I hope so.
Everybody in here
Listen.
believes that.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I do.
I do.
Monica
I
does.
mean that's been proven though over history. So if you don't believe that, you just don't.
Brother
you just
Wallace,
don't
we can
want
just
to.
we can just talk about the pandemic we just came out of. Look at all of the hearsay they came. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Monica. Go
No,
ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Just said, it's ironic about how news is driven to a certain degree by what is better on media now.
Break it up,
News
little
is
brother.
responding to what people are putting up. I'm sorry. News is responding to what people are talking about on Twitter. In a way,
Yeah,
even,
Ralph.
even
Yeah.
you know,
Damn.
I didn't catch
We'll
everything
come
he
back
was
to him.
saying, and that's a good topic.
Well, I
We'll
think
come-
he's gone now.
We'll come back to him once he gets some better reception. He's driving right
Definitely
now.
table it though, because I like what he just threw out there.
Yeah.
Word up. You guys. I was gonna say, you guys remember you said we can never be, black man can't be no suicide bomber, man. They be like, you ready for the mission? You gonna run up on here, run in that building, man? Take care of it, man, with the bomb. All right, so when I get done, where I'm gonna meet y'all at?
Yeah, we ain't with no kamikaze shit. Nah, we ain't with that shit. Yeah.
Hell no, man. But we'll come back to that. Next thing we want to go to, because we got a lot to talk about. Ja Morant, 25 game suspension starting for the 2023-2024 season. 25 games. You guys, what are your thoughts on that suspension? You think it was too harsh?
He got lucky. I think he got lucky.
Yeah.
Word.
Too harsh.
That ain't that bad. For me, it should have been damn near the whole season, or half the season. Yo, I mean,
I agree, Kareem.
He need to change his friends, man. Like, what are you doing? They the ones keep filming you, unless you're telling them to film you. I don't know.
That dude.
You know what I'm saying?
I think he needs to change his behavior. When you go on an interview, right? When you go on an interview, you're not going in an interview uncivilized, okay? Unless you're going for an acting role, and you're not going to turn on that character until they say go. He went on an interview and he got hired, and he's getting paid millions of dollars to perform his skill, which he's great at. To only act like a hoodlum on camera, which displays where your mental is at. You're not thinking rationally. Even if he's having a good time, you're having a good time with a gun. That's your idea of having a good time. I can think of many things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying with the
Turn
camera.
the
Like
camera
it's
off.
like his boys are filming him.
What you doing? Turn that goddamn camera
Why
off.
he don't tell them, yo, don't film me? But he ain't filming himself. It's other people doing it.
Yeah, they got
so
him.
it's the people around you. Like you need to leave them alone.
It's funny.
They obviously don't care.
Absolutely. But you want to know something? I gotta check myself. It starts with me. We can put the onus on everybody around him, but it starts with me. If I want to be the cool kid in that circle, I'm going to do what the cool kids are doing. I got to check myself. I can be a cool kid and not do what they're doing. I don't have to put on for the gram as the millennials and the Gen Zs are putting on.
Right.
This is what this era likes. So he's doing what they like. And I'm just talking about his friends. His friends are holding the camera and got him on camera waving this gun, which obviously the first punishment didn't affect them. The first incident didn't affect them because they felt comfortable doing it again. Well, why did he feel comfortable doing it again?
True. And yeah, I kind of get what you're saying too, because what's the point of even having a gun? Like even before they filming you, what are you in there with a gun doing that for anyway?
That first
and you are a multi-millionaire and you're not even 30.
That first time I would have got caught and I would have got that little punishment, I would be like, whew. Hey.
Yo.
His man should have had the
I didn't
gun.
lose my job. Right.
Yo, his man should have had the gun. His man should have been flashing the gun in the video, not him. Like,
not exactly.
Oh, did you hear what he
come on,
said?
man.
He said he had a gun lighter and shit. He's like, now that everything.
Oh yeah, he said it was a lighter. Yeah.
He said it was a lighter. Stop it, bro.
Guess what? I don't even want to be around my friends that have guns on camera because I just got out of some shit.
Right.
Yeah,
and I'm responsible for taking care if I'm thinking like this, I'm responsible for taking care of my family. They look to me to be that breadwinner now that I'm in a comfortable position financially to take care of them. I need to change the circle I'm with if they not on with me. Like, yo,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna put you in some shit that's gonna have you not having what I can give you.
Right.
Exactly. That's why I don't see them as real friends. I don't think the circle is
friends will bring you down, man.
Yeah, you ain't my real friend.
Yo, listen to this. You're gonna get on just by being with me. If you're single or dating, you're gonna get multiple girls, and you know what everybody wants: sex. You're gonna get, but even if it's just some head in the bathroom, you're gonna get it. Why? Because you with me. You're gonna get. I'm gonna get hella free clothes. I may not like it. Boom.
Sneakers.
You gonna get that. Jeweler's giving me jewelry. I'm just gonna get that to you. You can wear that, give it back, whatever. Cars, whatever you name, you gonna be on with me. So why in the hell is it important for me to tote a gun and on camera?
Some of the best leftovers in the game.
Yo.
Can I say this? So
go ahead, Wild.
This is how deep. I'm sorry if it's a lot of background noise.
You good?
No, you good.
It's a rainstorm.
Good.
This how deep racism is in America. Like, let's just be honest. If he was white, right, and the context was not in hip hop or whatever, let's say he was a good old country boy with a gun. Do you think Second Amendment people would be jumping on his side? You know what I'm saying? They'd be jumping on his side trying to defend him.
They would.
Man's got a right. Man's got a right to carry a gun. It's a free country.
The first thing that would have been said was that this is a legally owned weapon, and this, that, and the third.
Right.
And then
Right.
this how deep race is in our country. We are trying to we are being hard on John Morant, who's 23 or whatever. We're being hard on him, and rightfully so. It was reckless, but the recklessness that we all see as OGs is because he should know the game. He should know. He should know better. Not just because it's reckless and it's a weapon that can hurt somebody, but because we acknowledge the fact that people are waiting on reasons to hurt people of this
Real
stature.
shit. Let me get
And that's why he should be. Right. And that's why he should be more aware. Because when black people fuck up, they do jump on us at the snap of a finger, which is why he should be more aware.
Which comes to his dad. The dad is just along for the ride. Why are you not schooling your son? His dad be chilling.
I don't know, man. That's
his dad be chilling though. From what I hear, he be
Dad,
chilling
like,
around.
he made it. He dead. Right. He's like, man, all them
but why not
travel
okay,
ball and shit.
Okay, so put yourself in that position. You wouldn't be schooling your son like, yo, what are you doing?
I'm sure he is schooling his
I don't
son,
think
but
he
do
is,
all
bro.
sons listen?
No, they don't. They don't.
Nope.
I just don't think he's doing it from the stories I hear.
I don't know.
Now I could be wrong, but that's from what I hear.
I think he's about to blow the bag. Of course he's saying something to him, man. Like,
Can I add this though?
I hope.
You have professional, former and current NBA stars speaking to him, whether it's through social media or getting to him by somebody giving them his cell phone. So even if his biological father isn't stepping up, and I can't say that he is or isn't, he has enough people who is rallying up for him to where, damn, maybe one of y'all actually makes sense. Gilbert Arenas is still fighting for him.
Oh, yeah, Gilbert.
certain ones, yeah.
Gilbert said
And
it was
then
too,
Gilbert.
Yep, you want to say what Gilbert said? Gilbert said the sentence was too harsh. He said, here's the reason. NBA gun suspensions, the actual gun suspensions have only been 1, 3, and 7 games. 7 games have been the biggest. That was a gun being fired in a crowded place. Now, the suspension like me and what Ja got is not related to guns. It's related to behavior. Arenas said that these suspensions that are for quote-unquote conduct detrimental to the NBA can often be unfair because they have no real precedent and can be determined based upon how the league feels in that moment. Of course, having his own experience with a situation like this, Arenas feels like it's unfair what Morant has been handed by the NBA and expects the star point guard to appeal the suspension and win. So,
okay, but that was one with Arenas. That was one situation. This is repetitive. That's the problem.
And the times are different now. You understand? The times are different also.
Right. You know, I don't think we kind of written Ja off. I think we looking at him like a little brother, like, God damn.
Yeah,
Ja.
we ain't write him off. He ain't written off, man.
Come on, Ja, for real. Like,
but going back to what Wallace said when he was saying the racist thing.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when Big Ben got in trouble in New York? They tried not New York, it was Georgia somewhere, where they said he raped a girl in the bathroom.
I remember that.
See how that and this white guy got brushed under the rug.
They
We heard
got-
them. If he'd have been black, they would have. He would have went to jail. Would have been a trial. Everything.
Remember
But they
Jerome-
brushed it under the rug.
I think that what John Morant did the first time, it does not align with the vision of a league that's trying to paint itself as being inclusive and all that, but still saying, don't lose your mind. Like,
yeah.
don't take it too far. And
True.
so let's keep it a buck. It's not just the commissioner. It's not just, they have stakeholders to respond to. They have owners who, this dude about to make 30 M's. You know what I'm saying? And so there has to be some level of control that says that we're not going to allow them to behave in this way. The biggest parallel I always say is hockey, and it sounds cliche at this point because we done heard it so much. In hockey, their behavior is savage. It is ridiculous. It's traditional. But in the NBA, and maybe it's because you're in a real vulnerable position, there's less padding, this, that, and the third. I mean, you can mistakenly elbow somebody in the head and get a flagrant 2 and get suspended and fined.
Yes, you sure can.
You know what I'm saying? And that's to me, that's about control. That's about control. Meanwhile, in hockey, they be throwing beats.
Yeah.
They scrap it.
Getting teeth knocked out, everything.
That's just really interesting to me. I don't know. That's just real interesting to me.
Yeah.
But then I do want to say this too. We were talking about the fathers. We were talking about John Morant fathers. Somebody pointed out that out of the first 20 draft picks at this last draft, 17 of their fathers was there. And that's not norm. That's not the narrative that we typically hear.
Right, it not there. Yeah.
So, hey, that's a good thing. And the number one dude, his father wasn't there. Victor, his father wasn't there. I don't think. So, interesting.
Yeah, it is.
There's a
Keep
few
in
things
mind,
to take.
because your father there don't mean he a good father either.
True indeed.
You know what I mean? So you don't know what that relationship is that he had with his dad. You don't know. You know, his dad might be messed up himself.
That's true.
To the point, because I feel like a lot of these kids are also fighting. They're also fighting against that. No, don't come up here. I'm talking, little girl. They're also fighting against that whole you know, we don't want to kiss ass. We don't want to we want to just live life the way we want to live life and do what we want to do. We want to keep it real. I shouldn't have to put no airs on. You know what, my work speaks for itself. Like there's just like that whole accountability of being a leader or a stand-up person or not doing everything every place you go. Like they not really into that. With them, they just, I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it, how I want to do it, where I'm at, it don't matter. So you fighting against that generation.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
But I don't think that's new either. I mean, if we went through the panel, who was you at 23? Who are we at 23? What was you like?
Man.
What were you like at 23?
I still had some of those standards. I get what you're saying. I was definitely more of a hothead. But I still had certain standards. Like I could tell you when I drove past the church, I ain't have my music blasting. I just did that out of respect. Like older people, I ain't cussing no older people out. I just, you know, because we was raised like that. Now I'm not saying people didn't do it. I'm not saying some people weren't worse than other people, but you know, for the most part, the people that were worse than other people was because they lived in a household that allowed it, you know, or didn't care. There wasn't no real consequences for doing some stuff like that.
True, good point. That's true.
Brother Wallace, you raise a good point. At 23, do you really know yourself? And the answer to that question, if you asking on a personal level, for me, no. And I was a mother too at 23. I didn't know myself, but I was raised with a certain set of morals and values that respect was the top of the food chain. And I knew that going out there in them streets and embarrassing my parents, I knew what it could cost me.
Fact.
And there was no dollar amount that could justify nor wipe away the fact that I still had to go home and look my mother in the face. And I didn't have my biological father in the house. I had a bonus father who did the best he could with what he knew how to do what he did.
Gotcha.
But I definitely, the point you raised is a very valid point. Do you really know yourself at 23?
Do you really know? And then, you know, I mean, we could say what we want, you know, in terms of his dad. I ain't never seen an interview or nothing with his dad or whatever, you know, but, you know, he is the breadwinner in the house. And so if somebody gonna rebel, it's gonna be him. You know, but that's all speculative. I just look at it like we do a lot of wild shit. I mean, we say it all the time, but thank goodness that social media wasn't around when a lot
I was
of
about to say that. That was but the point I was about to make. That was going to be my point. You already touched
this is all predicated on social media.
Yep.
The picture with the gun, that's all predicated on, and social media was not around. I mean, I'm sure he ain't the first 23-year-old NBA player to do some shit that's completely ridiculous too.
Yeah.
Shit, look at Stacks. Stacks was letting off shots. Like,
I mean, think about it like this. I saw a thing on Instagram about Brown and Joe Tex. And James Brown was a singer, and Joe Tex claimed that James Brown, Joe Tex claimed that James Brown stole some of the stuff he do with the microphone and all that. And something like James Brown, like Joe Tex made a diss song about James Brown. Like, you know, you stole, because Joe Tex said that James Brown stole Joe Tex's woman. And then Joe Tex came and made a theme song like, you can have her, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. James Brown found out that he was in the same town with Joe Tex, and they ran up in the spot with the gauge and was busting in the pool hall and all that. Could you imagine 2023? You know what I'm saying?
That'd have been on somebody got that on video.
Yeah.
You already know.
Yeah, that was gonna be my point. They got another teacher, man. Social media is their other teacher. I mean, we could tell them all we want, but they got social media, and I know from my daughter, because she started going to school at home, right? She was doing homeschool. She went through depression, and she told this story. She wrote a book about it and everything. She sell a book, and just trying to do what they want to do, and she couldn't do it because she's going to school at home. She wanted to kill herself. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother teacher to them. We didn't have that. We didn't have that in our day. I wish we did in some ways because it would have been fun, but we didn't have that. So they got that other teacher, and they want to be just like everybody else. That's what her point. She wanted to be like everybody else, but she's sitting at home every day on the computer doing homeschool. You know what I'm saying? So that's the other teacher.
No
That's
shit.
a big deal.
No shit. Cool McGee.
Can I just say, first of all, kudos to your daughter for having the courage to talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk about, you know, her story and to share her story with other individuals as willing to listen. That's first and foremost. That's real big.
Got it.
You know?
Very brave.
We got a comment
That's
from
real
Dick.
big.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It is big. Hey, when you get a chance, man, you need to get some information on the book, man. I like to check that book out.
Absolutely.
Digger Hurts. Digger Hurts in the chat said, "Piece of the panel, Jai is getting his just desserts. There is no accountability." What he said.
I think we have to, I agree. And I think we have to take into consideration that this is the career path that he chose. You're not going to go work for anybody and set your own rules and standards. You're not.
I don't know.
You're not. So there's rules that you have to abide by. And again, just taking it back to the carelessness, that weapon could actually hurt and harm him and whoever's around him. Even if it's not loaded, you accidentally buck somebody with that handle, even the front of it, like you could really cause some serious damage to it. And you still are representing your brand. You're representing the organization that you're working for. You're representing your family. You are a walk-in representation of multiple entities. So would I want someone representing my brand that way?
Right.
No. Just like you don't want your children to go out there and embarrass you.
Right.
If you're of a certain age, come from a certain, statue where, listen, there's certain things you better not go out here and embarrass me. You know how we grew up, and the kids today, somehow that understanding may not be translated from certain parents, from others. It may be translated, but the kids, just like Mo said, they just don't really give a damn.
Right.
They don't want to be governed. They want to go out there and do their own thing. And your wisdom is not good enough for them to grow and learn, but this is still his profession. And you got to follow those standards. You signed your name on that contract. You got to pay attention to what you signed up for. And you didn't sign up for the gangster life on the corner. And if you did, then go back there because that appeases you more than your livelihood.
Right. I agree. Before we get into some relationship type stuff, man, woman's type shit, we got some good shit here. I just want to ask. I've been trying to get this question asked for 2 weeks. Which is the better hood song of all times? Method Mary, You're All I Need, or DMX, How's It Going Down?
Better.
I like Mary and Method.
Play DMX real quick. Can you play it?
Yeah, I play it.
Yeah, because I'm kind of forgetting what you. Hold on, let me hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I can't think of which song you're talking about.
That's how you
I
know it's Mary and Method. If y'all
That's where I'm at, Rex.
On to the
That's where
song,
I'm
and I got to
at,
know
Rex.
now. Give me shorty like what you need, what you want.
No, I know which song you talking about.
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah.
Follow, but it don't matter.
Okay.
And that's
She gave me the beat.
Okay, that's my shit too, though.
Yeah.
That's my shit too, though. Yeah.
The nigga sleepy. Hey, chat. I need to know in chat which is the better hood song.
I say
Meth
Mary.
and Mary.
Yeah,
You
Meth
gotta
and Mary.
get the Meth and Mary.
Because that was more
DMX.
personal between two people.
I personally feel
yeah.
that was like, I think the X's second single. I think that kind of put him on, man. That kind of like, all right, this crazy nigga got, you know.
That was the shit, though. That was the shit.
You know? I mean, and like what Smooth was saying, like, yeah, I wasn't riding around with it in the car, but shit, it was all over the radio and shit. And you know, you with the shorty or whatever, you know, throw that shit on.
Yeah.
Some chicks like to hear some old, you know, some cellar dwellers and shit, but you know.
Hey, but what about Biggie? Hey, yo, what about Biggie?
I was just about to say the Biggie one was
just me and my
hot,
bitch.
too,
I'm about to say just me and my bitch.
Okay, let's
That's
open
a
this
hot
up then,
one.
real quick. What's the number one top hood love song?
I gotta think about this.
I mean, yeah, I forgot about that. You talking about
just
I
be
still
my
got to
bitch.
go with Mary and Meth, man.
I still fuck with Mary and Meth. Know all the lyrics. Bump that shit till this day. Loud as hell. Watch be telling me, bitch, you old. Turn that shit down, and I'm still fucking rocking that shit on repeat.
Man, it's like sanitation.
There's another one though I can't think of right now.
Hey, but you gotta think about Biggie, me and my bitch. Yo, she was so loyal. She died for him.
Damn.
Remember she got killed in it. She kind of died. She didn't tell nothing.
When I first met you,
ain't nobody
Yeah.
dying today, Kareem.
I'm just saying, yo.
Niggas want to live.
Oh.
Bitches and niggas want to live today.
Nigga heard
what
said-
the panel saying?
Nigga heard said Renee, the Lost Boys. I forgot about
Oh,
that's a good one. That's a good
That's
one.
another
That's a
one.
good one.
I
That's
need
a good
love.
one.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
that's good. That's definitely
Come on,
good.
Digger Hurst.
That's a good one.
Come on,
But-
Digger Hurst.
Oh, sorry,
But with Renee, they wasn't really close yet. I think he was trying to get to know her, right? If I remember that right. The
Was he?
lyrics, wouldn't he? Like that wasn't his woman.
Renee lost her life too.
They were close.
Right.
Oh, yeah, she lost her life. She did lose her life.
See,
John
another-
Jay.
Yeah.
Sure, this
Ghetto
good.
love is the Lord that we live
Live
by.
by. I need
Yeah,
love.
One day I wonder why my
Well,
shorty had to
my
die.
shorty had. Yeah, he did say my shorty.
I messed
had
with
to
I
die.
Need Love at first, but then that got kind of, you know, when I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall. Back of my
Yeah, but that shit was
That was good.
back then.
Yeah, it was back then.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good, but I think he was
good,
more.
but
He was more trying to get, like he was fantasizing about her.
Let me
trying to
tell
get
you
to know her.
something about I Need
Yeah.
Love for me. I was only looking at LL fine ass. I ain't know nothing about love.
Damn,
He
Monica.
he ain't wear no shirt. He used to lick his lips. And I didn't even know what you were supposed to get out.
It's all right, Monica, for keeping it
I
100.
just wanted to drum his ass.
Bruh.
I ain't know.
Somebody I know used to be in love with Ice Cube, man. Holy shit.
Oh, holy. Hey, where they at, bro?
Yo, somebody I know used to be in love with Ice Cube, bro. Like,
Don't
Where
talk
they at,
about
bro?
O'Shea Jackson.
yeah, right. I like,
Don't
God
talk
damn,
about
what's up?
O.J.
I'm like, yo, what's up with this nigga?
I had O'Shea Jackson wallpaper.
You
on
sure
one
did.
whole wall.
Yeah.
What?
I'm trying to think that he had one. He ain't have nothing like that.
He had today. Nah, that wasn't no.
I can't
man.
even.
Nah, he had a few. He had a few diss records that was
Right.
hot.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, he
glad
got some
y'all
of the
set
best.
it off.
Oh, he got some of the best diss records of all time.
Yeah, man.
What?
Peace,
What's,
peace.
what's up?
Because
Digger?
it was
What's going on,
because it
man?
was true. His shit was true.
Yeah, man. He killed everybody. He
Yes.
talked about
Yes.
everybody.
I thought.
He
True.
made
Go ahead,
the
Mo.
Jerry Curl perm look phenomenal.
Yes,
but
he
if
did.
you
Yes,
if
he
you
did.
look if you
Listen.
wanted to debate that with Mo, boy, you might get a
Yo.
rock'em sock'em nookie
Yo.
right on
I
your
couldn't-
fucking
I
forehead.
Wait a minute, hold on, hey, hold,
Yeah,
hey, hold, hey,
yeah,
hold,
yeah.
hold up, hold up.
Go ahead.
Hey, who y'all talking about? DJ Quick? Because DJ Quick had the best perm, the best hip hop.
With the purse.
Yeah, oh,
Hey,
DJ
listen,
Quick.
man, listen. Go to the Way Too Funky album cover when he got the blowout because Quick is the name. He had the Jerry curl, but on Way Too
Well,
Funky, he
that's
got
why That's why Jerry Curl looked so nice because he had nice hair.
And
See
he got
that
Indian in his
was
blood.
the trick. That was the trick to the Jerry
True
Curl
indeed.
too.
Yep,
Like if
that's
you had
dope.
nice hair
Yep,
underneath,
yep,
it
He
only
need a process.
helped it.
That don't count. That's cheating. That's cheating.
Nah, but
Yeah,
but listen though. Hey, take your time and go look at the Way Too Funky album cover where he got the red and black jacket on. I think, and he got the blowout perm.
And
I said,
I know
man,
exactly what you're talking about.
Man,
he did have nice hair.
Listen, man,
Yeah.
my pops had a Jerry. My pops had a Jerry Curl up to like 95. Man, we had a petition.
And
Hey,
then at
no
one
bullshit.
point, I think he realized he didn't even need the Jerry Curl no more.
Yeah.
That was his
Pops
shit.
had good hair, man. Yo,
Hey,
but-
Our, our
um,
grandmother and mother was like that too. They used to have a Jerry Curl back in the day, and then one day the niggas stopped putting Jerry Curl
Jerry
in
Curl,
there.
the whole
And
house
I'm
smelled like curl
I ain't seen you
activator.
get a Jerry Curl in a while. I was like, cause nigga, it's my real hair. Like, why was you getting a Jerry Curl all that time? That's so
Man, crazy.
stupid.
I think Michael Jackson made that popular too. That and them zipper coats.
Hey, them zipper coats is dope though. I
Yo,
still
them
rock
zipper
zipper
coats
coat.
will never go out of style ever.
I'm looking for one right now.
See, hey, I'm about to say, how many of y'all rock the
Monica
zipper
had
coat?
a sweet one back in the day. Matter of fact, I got a picture of me and Monica with Monica zipper jacket on.
Oh, you need to put it up. I wish you could show it.
I didn't have the zipper jacket, but man, my grandmother brought me the Thriller jacket back from Detroit one year. Man,
Did
I
you
wore
have
that
the
shit
black? Did you have the
I had
black
the-
with the red stripe or the red with the black stripe?
Yes, no, the black with the red stripe. And hey, listen, no bullshit. I slept in that coat.
Damn.
That's how much,
Yeah.
man. Listen, that's how much I love Michael Jackson as a kid, man.
Mhm.
Yeah. People be forgetting, man. Like, you know what I was talking about the other day too? I put Vanilla Ice on the other day at work, man. And I said, y'all be making fun of this dude. When this shit came out, y'all was all over this shit, bro.
Yeah, because that beat.
Y'all was all over this shit, bro.
Yeah, it was definitely.
And now you want to diss
I
him.
ain't never
MC
like that.
Hammer too now.
Yeah,
MC
I
Hammer
did.
Yeah.
too. We was all
It
over
was-
that. So don't try to
Hammer,
diss him now.
Hammer, yeah.
You
Know
know
what
what?
I'm
saying? Vanilla Ice.
I'm
I ain't
gonna
never
tell you
liked
something
Vanilla
about
Ice.
him.
Nah, it was just the beat with Vanilla Ice. That's all it was.
I was fucking with Hammer before everybody else was fucking with
Yes,
Hammer.
you were.
because
Yes, you were. Yes, you
Hammer
were.
was first
Yep.
of all, Hammer had all the sweet dances, and I liked to
Yeah.
dance.
Yeah, some
And
gazelles,
then
nigga.
he was they was listening to him on the West Coast, but we wasn't really listening to
Yeah.
him over here. And I had a friend that had just came from the West Coast. So she was telling us everybody who was hot over there. And when she told us MC Hammer, I was like, no, he not. Like, I listened to him because he danced, and then the 357 girls, but
Yeah.
and then he went mainstream, and everybody started beating him up for that. But
That's crazy. You
most
took care
people
of
Yo, he
it.
had the
didn't know
pants.
who he was before he became mainstream.
Yo, you remember the Hammer pants? Those was popular as
Yeah.
hell.
Oh, we had the Hammer pants, dog.
Yeah.
But he had been wearing the Hammer pants for a while. He was out like a couple of years before he got hot, and then
I
all of
know.
a sudden he got hot, and then he just blew. But he blew on mainstream, and everybody wanted to call him a sellout.
But the crazy thing about that is now everybody follows the same template that he set forth 30 years ago.
Right. And not only that,
Endorsements and all that stuff.
because you have to. That's how you're supposed to get the money. It would be stupid of you not to maximize how you can get the money when that's the whole point of what you're doing.
But he knew that, whereas other cats didn't know that. While they were sitting there getting jerked by their record companies, he had the foresight and the knowledge to know to have good people around him to point him in that
And
direction.
you know what his demise was? Helping everybody out.
I'm about to say that the people around him was his demise. As far as him giving him money.
How you sell out when you taking care of your people? Bringing, hey man, you know how to dance a little bit? Well, get on the bus anyway, man. You gonna come on the road with
Yeah, come on, man.
Hey,
Don't worry.
you know how to do it. You know how to do a perm?
Yeah. Right, you know
how to do a perm. Come on, you come on.
Glad be curling now and get on the bus. Like, damn, bro.
Y'all wasn't real MC Hammer fans if y'all didn't wear skids. If y'all didn't wear skids, y'all were not real MC Hammer fans.
Hey, back when I used to be a dancer like that, I wore the Hammer pants and the shoes with the metal toe on them. But those kids, nah.
I had a pair of them. I got them from
those kids. Hey man, listen, man. Back then, bro, growing up, man, if it had anything to do with hip hop, to a certain degree, I was with it, but I couldn't do the skids. I'm sorry, I couldn't be out there dancing them tight ass.
I'm the reason why you couldn't wear skids in Neptune High School because they deemed them pajamas.
Wow.
That and it was some other clothes that was. Remember the long These actually were pajamas. Remember the long was it just basketball? Yeah, it was basketball.
It was basketball and
they
and
had
baseball.
the
Basketball
long
and baseball.
nightgown pajamas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everybody used to wear them shits.
You used to have a
This
jersey.
was really
You used to
pajamas.
have a jersey dress. No.
Jersey dress, yeah. Girls just come to school with them shits on like in the platform baby doll shoes and shit.
Damn.
Like, man, what the fuck is y'all doing?
You remember when
when
Color Me Bad came out and my man had on the hat with the letters written out in metal on that motherfucker?
Oh,
hey, fuck that.
That was terrible, dog.
Oh no.
You talking about that Rhythm Nation look? That's what
Oh
you
yeah,
talking
I'm about to say the same shit.
Hell yeah.
Eddie Jackson face off.
Them and Cross Colors used to compete.
Oh,
I was just
my
about
I
to
remember
God.
Cross Colors.
I never had cross colors.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
And then you had
Definitely.
finger waves with some spray paint in your hair.
Okay.
You had to have some money to have cross colors though.
Yeah.
That's why I was so
No,
happy.
no, you
That's
didn't.
No,
Them shits wasn't that expensive.
all you had to do was go to the Gap. I think the Gap had them, right? Cross
Really?
colors?
No, the Gap
When the
didn't have
Gap,
cross
when the Gap, okay.
They
That's the
kind
shit
of
we
brought
was
that
wearing,
color
the
scheme
800
back a
shit.
little bit. I seen a couple of people wearing not the green, but it was kind of blue. I seen little hoodies and shit. I'm like, oh, they trying to bring that little cross color look back.
Hey,
You talking about now?
Yeah, the last couple of years, I seen a couple.
Yeah, they trying to wear quilt looking pants too. Like they
trying.
going to the hood.
Hey, did y'all have the oven mitt jackets with the oh man, please tell me y'all had
Oh, I haven't seen that.
We used to call them OPP coats.
I was talking about
OPP.
Hey,
people
Those was the bubble coats.
You gotta talk about bubble.
They look like an oven. It's like the oven mitt. The shit is like an oven
They were
mitt.
I think we called them bubble coats.
Yeah, it was
Oh
something else.
yeah.
You know, it was called something else. Yeah.
I had a bubble goose. I had a bubble coat, but this right here is like it's all like diamonds. The whole jacket was made like an oven mitt, like in diamond format.
Oh shit, dude.
I forgot what you call them shits, man. But I remember nigga had came to school one day.
Only
man,
drug dealers wore that shit.
And came to school, man, and niggas roasting him for about a good day. He ain't ever wore that jacket again.
What?
You remember? Hey, mom, how you doing? Mom in the chat.
I want a Sherlin again. That's what I want.
I was gonna say the dope with the fur and the leather. This is about '88, man. They had the leather with the fur.
And no, you can't talk.
Sheepskin joints too.
I know y'all remember Neptune Asbury, the 8-ball coats. The
Yeah. And when everybody used to go to Monica, what was that place y'all used to go to? Used to start with like A. I'm talking. Go to mommy.
Nah, I said
Alpha.
Alpha.
Y'all used to go to get clothes. It was called A something.
Was I stealing at the time?
No, it
Shout out to the boosters out there.
Word, I had one from Neptune. I ain't gonna say a name, but I did.
Hi, everybody.
Oh. Hey, how you doing? What's happening? Well,
I'm gonna find out what's doing. 1 minute.
I got blessed with some boosters. School clothes, bro.
Boosters is lovely, man. Especially if you fucking with one of them. I had one.
Bro,
Yeah,
I know.
I
keep my mouth shut.
I ain't gonna say a name. She's from Neptune. I ain't saying your name though.
All
Do y'all remember? I don't know if y'all is old. Y'all old as me. Yeah, for sure.
Same age.
Do y'all remember when? I'll be talking to my kids about who had shit on Smash back in the day, like who was just moving around crazy. Do y'all remember when Janet Jackson was wearing all black?
Yes.
Before the Rhythm Nation shit. And was wearing like the tights with the boots, the knee-high boots.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Shit like that.
Hell
The
yeah.
salt and pepper look.
Hey, I don't know about y'all, but we start calling the boots like that. We start calling them sack chaser boots. Did y'all call them that where y'all was from? We used to call them sack
I don't know. I just remember her in them tight ass black jeans and all.
Tell
I
us
remember
why.
that video.
Tell us why y'all called it that.
Because a sack chaser was like the same as like a gold digger.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
it sounds like these boots was the official uniform of the girl that would go after the dope boy.
Oh,
So they was like knee-high leather boots, and we call them sack chasers.
I like the
Hey,
song.
so why they walk up to you while
what
they say
year
5,
this
4,
was.
3,
Right.
2,
time.
Oh.
Sack chaser boots and some door knocker earrings.
Oh my God.
That was the uniform, and asymmetrical.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's when I
so
was
you
like
talking
9.
about 80? You talking about 87, 88,
87, yes, 88.
I always wanted a rope a dope chain.
Nah,
man. I
we
always
didn't.
wanted-
We didn't think nothing bad about them boots. Them boots wasn't.
Yeah, I was getting that off.
I think back then we was trying to definitely have our hair asymmetrical. Monica had hers cut like that too, and then she was such a tomboy that like 3 days later she'd have half of it in the ponytail and the other half down. I don't know what the hell to do with it.
Yes, Lord. Bless you. Yes, Lord. Bless
She
you.
didn't know what to do with that shit.
Yes,
So
Lord.
she had a ponytail up
Mom
to the
cut my
side.
hair off and I pull that shit right back in the ponytail.
And she pull it right back. And her mother really
Okay,
used to
fuck.
get her shit done faithfully every 2 weeks. She was like a every 2 week chick. And 3 days later, her shit be flying on top of her head. I'd be like,
It wasn't
"This
free.
mother
It
paid all
was like
that
the next
money."
day. Because I was confused. I didn't know whether I was supposed to be a boy or girl, embrace my titties or go act like I had a dick. I didn't know.
Shout out for Monica for being confused at that time.
I was confused.
Meanwhile, I came
I
to school
wasn't.
every day with my hair stacked because I just like doing hair. So I really used to be up 5.
No, you used to have a little hair business too, man. You had a chicks over in the bathroom and shit. Like, God
What?
damn.
Let Mo want to practice
Monica was
cutting
one
hair.
of them.
Yeah.
Let Mo want to practice cutting hair. You could cut
She used to cut my
mine
shit
and be-
up, man. She
Hell
had
yeah.
me. She used to
Oh
have me.
yeah, I definitely used to get Aaron haircuts.
Oh, you let your sister cut your hair? Oh man.
Oh yeah, man.
Well, mine
shit.
did one day. I can't.
Hey,
Better than my pops
listen,
cutting it.
listen, haircut look like a Gordon Gartrell.
Give up a good
Hey, hands down, not my shit. Maybe bro shit, but my shit was looking like I was fresh from the salon.
I got a
And we
little
going to
award.
the
I got a
bar.
little award and
Now
shit for
you
my
know what my
haircut.
problem
Hey,
was.
tell the
with
truth. Why
Aaron's
did she
hair.
fuck you up?
Nah, I
know.
got a little award in the school and shit, man, for the best
Oh, okay.
hairstyle,
Oh,
man.
well,
Them
shit.
yearbook and shit.
Oh,
nigga.
she has
So
skills. Okay.
this is where I messed up at. If I could have
Could
done
blend.
this one thing, yes. If I
Yeah,
could have
all right.
You remember? See, you remember? Mo. He remember. He remember the fucked up part.
Yo, but listen,
didn't know how to
she had a
fade
right.
yet.
Yo, it was dope, yo. It
It
wasn't
was
like
a nice cut,
Yeah,
but
it
I
was a
just
nice
didn't
cut.
know how to fade yet. Like if I
You
had,
gotta blend
I
to
kind of
blend,
faded it a little bit, but it wasn't.
Hey, I
Yeah,
remember.
So wait a minute, hold on. She gave you the bowl cut, man.
It wasn't a bowl cut. It was more like a cardboard
It
box
was like
cut.
a kitten. It was like a kitten play. It was
yeah, cardboard.
It was high top, and then
it was
wasn't
high
faded
top.
between the high top.
I just wasn't good on the fading part.
You
You had that skin fade, that
You didn't even attempt to fade. You didn't even attempt to fade my shit. God damn, you tried.
You good?
Nah, you did your thing though, Mo. You had me. You know what I'm saying?
She
Right.
gave that cut that old boy gave Sean Wayans on Don't Be a Menace, man.
Ammonia and shit. Good to go. God damn.
No, let me tell you where Mo was
But
good
people
at. If
wasn't getting everybody
you
wasn't getting their shit faded. It took a minute before fading started to come.
Absolutely.
Sure did.
But Mo was good for popping you in the head with that fucking comb if you move that goddamn
Jesus
head too much.
Christ. Yeah.
Boy, she popped the hell out of you. And she was left-handed too, so you ain't know it was coming.
I don't even,
Right in
yeah,
that
I don't
damn
even,
head with that
I don't even trust left-handed people. So you know what? Hey,
Wow, me and Aaron both are
Yeah.
left-handed.
Hey, I'm a lefty like a motherfucker.
hey,
Yeah.
I'm scared of. Oh, you left-handed too? I'm scared of you too, bro. Oh man, I'm
You
scared of
can't
you
tell
too.
Aaron left-handed.
You know what? Now that I think about it, hey, yeah, you're right.
Like just Aaron is the epitome of a left-hander. He is the poster child.
I wear my shit on my
Bullshit.
sleeve.
I wear my shit on my sleeve.
You know what?
Get
Yo, he
Malcolm
holding
to
that
do
shit.
that
He's
shit.
smoking his left hand. You holding that shit your left hand now. That shit you smoking.
Me and Aaron used to have conversations. We have conversations, and like we be talking in our left-handed talk, and one would start a conversation, the other one would finish it, and my husband used to sit there and look at us. He used to shake his head, and I used to be like, "What?" He was like, "Yo, man, y'all fucking left-handed shit." He's like, y'all do realize you never finished the like the sentence, like you just said part of it, and you ain't say the other part." And I was like, "Oh, really? Like, oh no, I ain't noticed that."
Never noticed.
Jonesy. Goddamn
Yeah,
Jonesy.
we're weird.
Kicking me out all the time. The Cowboys used to lose to us.
We're not gonna
Time-
do that. We're
time to
not
go.
gonna do that.
Yeah, we're not
gonna do
talk
that. You
about
better
that
hope
way.
y'all
Okay,
hold
okay,
on
I'm
to
sorry. Okay,
Saquon.
I got some
You better
topics.
hope
We
y'all
got
hold on to
topics. We got
Saquon.
topics. We got
vacation.
topics.
We on
We got
vacation
topics.
right now.
You
Okay.
better hope y'all hold on to Saquon. That's all I'ma say.
Hey, we're working on it. We're gonna make sure. Hey,
yeah,
Yeah,
you
what's
better.
what's the
All right, let's
topic?
get to-
We ain't get to
let's get
topic.
into Mr. Nasty Man. All right. When dating, how soon should a person reveal that they have an incurable STD? Should they reveal this information if they're not engaging in sexual activity?
Yes.
Are you turned off if a
And-
person tells you she has an STD or him or her?
Yes.
Who ain't gonna be turned off? You
No,
gonna be
it
turned
depends
off.
on on the STD.
Okay, what if it's
Incurable.
gonorrhea?
If it's an incurable,
All right.
so you got
Yeah.
herpes.
Oh,
You got
okay. What if it's
it
gonorrhea?
depends on the STD.
What if it's gonorrhea?
And you nasty ass need to
That's
go to the clinic.
curable.
So
Yeah.
wait, so the first part of the question is, if you're dating someone, you're not engaged in sexual activity, you're
Right,
just
yeah.
dating them.
Right.
That can happen. That can happen
How
the same night.
soon?
Y'all cooking it.
How soon? No, just dating. Don't put sex in it at all.
No sex.
Other than y'all just dating. Should you reveal that you have an incurable STD? Yes or no? So that's the first part.
Right. Okay.
If you're dating, I guess that would be up to you. If you're just dating, if you're just keeping it at that level.
But
I
doesn't
say it
dating
depends on the STD. I think it depends on the
dating
STD.
doesn't dating encompass the sex? I mean, depending on how far along in the day.
That's my point. It can happen at any time.
No,
It can happen at
but
any
we
time.
want you to put the sex to the side for a minute. Me
Okay.
and you decide we meet, we like each other, we want to go out on a date. We like our first date, we go out on another date. We're just dating. We're not engaging in any type of sexual activity.
Right.
How soon in the dating relationship, if you do reveal that you have an incurable,
once you start thinking about sex. Matter of fact, before I feel like this, once you get comfortable with that person, because like I said, everybody ain't a conversation like that.
Right,
but
right.
Once you get a segue into mentioning, or when sex get on the brain, you just start mentioning that, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to let your desire for sex overcloud your judgment by not being upfront with that person. If you're a stand-up person, some people ain't stand-up like that, so they're gonna do what they're gonna do, whether it be man or woman. They're gonna get what they're gonna get, and they're gonna be out. But then when they shit start to flare up, they're gonna be looking like, why the fuck you text like this?
Yeah. Because I'm saying, because that could be the first or second date, but y'all feeling each other, and then they start rubbing on you. All of a sudden, they rubbing on you like, okay, we feeling each other.
Hi, how you
Then
doing?
they
I have
start
herpes.
kissing on your neck.
And sometimes
So
shit
what?
jumps off at any moment. So
Right. What if you
that's
go
the point
out
I'm
drinking
making.
or something and get hot and heavy?
Yeah. Start
I don't-
rubbing and touching and kissing. Like,
Right.
yeah, I'm
Y'all
ready.
go out, y'all get a little twisted or something. It happens.
Because check it out, on Coming to America, when they walked up to the chick and she's like, "Hi, I have a secret. I worship the devil." She was up front, right off.
She was
right
up
off the
front.
top, so, hey,
Yeah,
she
that was
up
a good.
front.
That was a good example. Yeah.
That happened to me a long time ago, and
That's
I
a
had a
good
choice. It never sprouted out, but that person was respectful. Hey, before the next level, this was going on. I respected that. But how many people never said shit? You know what I mean?
A lot. That's why a lot of people are in the position they're in right now. And like somebody was just saying, it depends if it's curable. Like mono is curable. A lot of them are curable, but a lot of them not. You got mono. Yeah, I ain't got to really fuck with you. Like, I'm gonna let some time pass before all that go anyway. But I think if it's something that I don't care how severe or how light it is. Just be that upfront person with that person. If you begin to develop feelings, or even if you want to run them away, either way, be upfront with them.
Like,
You know what I'm
hi,
saying?
I have
Just to be
herpes.
honest.
Damn. But if it's uncurable, like, should you date?
Oh,
like that's the hard shit, because it's uncurable. Whoever you with, they gonna get it. So it's like, what do you do? What do they do?
It's just wild because you
just
might like the
masturbate
person
forever.
as a-
You just masturbate. You just a masturbate.
Nah, we
No.
Okay, so if you got herpes, you just like fuck it. I like her. I don't care.
Well,
Hey,
so
nah, you
okay,
got to hit it before you flare up, man.
Y'all clowning.
I'm saying, what do you do? Like, what do you do?
Hey, you got to. Hey, I'm telling you, while you got herpes, hey, this is what you got to do. You got to hit it in between your flare ups, man. You can't hit it when you flare it up.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay, so you got to time it. You got to time it.
You see that fever blister? It's like hopscotch, man. Like jump rope, baby.
So you better be paying attention like a motherfucker, then, boy.
Right, you see that big ass, see that big ass fever blister with your name on it, man. Don't
Hey,
get
hey, tell her, hey, but hey, that shit on your lip got some shit on his lip.
That shit growing
You would
roots.
never know that
Y'all
shit.
keep cutting Mo off and she's trying to talk.
Oh, sorry, man. I'm sorry. You get on there. Go ahead, Mo. You got the floor.
Anymore. No, I don't see. You know what?
Go ahead, Mo. What's on you?
Y'all are not thinking about the fact that a lot of incurable diseases out there have they're being managed by medication too. So for people who have AIDS, if their numbers are low enough where their numbers can get low enough where it's undetected, and when it's undetected, then you can't spread it. So there are people who are in relationships with people who like agreed to be in that relationship, and they just have to watch that stuff and pay attention and kind of make sure that they're being as responsible as they can. Even people with herpes, it's the same thing. Like, you know, they try to make sure that they don't have a flare up. If they have a flare up, then they're not having sex. But even with herpes, there's medication that you could take too that could just make sure it keeps the flare ups under control. So it's actually, believe it or not, a lot of people out there who are with somebody and know that that's what they have.
Okay,
I
so
don't doubt that.
Oh, I didn't know that. So
I don't doubt that at all.
So if they do that without a flare up, that means the person won't get it.
So you have, so that's a good debate in the medical world, because some people will tell you that it's even what do you call it, asymptomatic, you can still spread it. But then you'll have some people that say no, you have to have symptoms, like, you know, it has to be a breakout of some sort in order for you to spread it.
No,
so
shit.
you got some that say one thing and you got some that say something else, but yeah, there's people out there doing it.
Let me ask you this: could you guys be that kind of person? I know most of us are married or with or significant others. Would you be that kind of person with the new technology and the new medicine and shit to date someone that possibly has untraceable HIV?
No, sir.
That's
Because
right.
like your sister just said, there's always that possibility, man. That 1% chance,
Right.
could come back and bite you in the ass. Nah, I'm good.
And you're saying like they told you this and you know it ahead of time.
Right, you know, you digging a person, y'all went out,
But
touch
you
each
just
other.
accept it. But you just accept
Like,
it.
you know what? You be like, you know what, dog? I'm really feeling her, man. She good, man. She's
Love is a
perfect.
powerful thing. I'll say that.
So if a
I
person
don't
just
know,
straight up
man.
tell you that.
I don't
I'll say this.
Go ahead, Monica.
I'll say this. In my younger years, no. Well, let me start off by saying this. I've been far reckless with a lot of Negroes that didn't deserve a lick of me licking them.
Damn.
Far reckless without knowing. So
Got
let
you.
me just admit that from the rip.
All right.
At my big age now, and yes, I am married. At my big age now, we would have to have conversation. I mean, I would have to believe you are the one.
Right.
It
Right.
couldn't just be some random Joe Schmo. Like,
Right.
I would have to really be digging you. And we would have to really be digging each other. But I would have to give you a chance for me to know you and not you sell me the representative. Because I'm far
Right.
beyond motherfuckers selling me the representative. For you to have that conversation with me, I would think you have the utmost respect for yourself, your integrity, your character. And that to me is a turn on, whether you have HIV, herpes, or not. Don't sell me the representative. Now, as far as our energies, if our energies connect, you have children, I have children, our children are in good spaces, we're in good mental spaces. I may rock out with you, but I would still need to do what I need to do to protect me. So I would become educated on what your disease is and how it could affect me. And what are the chances? No, I'm dead ass because I do believe in love. I do believe in love and I love love. And I just want to pause on that for 1 minute. I know multiple people who are HIV positive and who are herpes. They have herpes and they have been living very active lives. And to my knowledge, their partners have never been affected because they have been safe. And that was whether they were protected or they weren't protected. If it was herpes and they had an outbreak, they refrained from having sex until the coast was clear. They went to the doctor, they got checked out, they went back to the doctor to make sure that outbreak was
That's
cleared
some
up.
motherfucking love, boy. Woo!
A whole lot of condoms and
been like
going on around there.
All right. Now,
I've been like that. You know what I'm saying? So again, just circling back on me at my big age now and where I am and what I want in regards to a relationship. I don't want any more children. I love being married. I love being in a committed relationship. And if you have those qualities and values that match what I'm trying to bring forth to a relationship, that right there is just a bump in the road. And how do we work on that together in our relationship?
Okay. So so what if it was Magic Johnson? He said, "Fuck Cookie, you the one."
So you know what? So you know what? Magic Johnson is just a regular man. He's just a regular man that played in the NBA that made millions of dollars, and he's a phenomenal businessman. He's a man. I don't see him to give him a rite of passage because he's a famous person. No, we still got to do what we got to do to ensure our energies connect, because today, Coop, I'm not just jumping in the bed with anybody because I'm horny. I got a rose for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
Oh, she got the rose.
You
Okay.
gotta stimulate me. You know what I'm saying? I told a few people this a while ago when niggas was out there lying on my shit. Like, oh yeah, I fucked Monica. Now, let me be very clear. I never lied on my shit. And if I fucked you, I fucked you. But I chose to fuck you. It ain't that I didn't choose to fuck you. I chose to fuck you. So I'm not just gonna choose Magic because he's famous and he got money. Believe it or not, I've been there, done that. I live up north. I have access to famous people walking into the fucking shop right in West Orange. If that's the case, married or not, I don't lead by the physical anymore. The sexual instinct that a woman and a man have, I don't allow that to lead me in my life.
You're gonna have energy and vibe.
And I hope I answered your question.
I think you did.
You did.
You know, everyone thinks that Magic Johnson had this medication and no one else can get their hands on and shit.
He went to Dr. Savy.
He went to Dr. Savy, man. You ain't never gonna see where Cookie done had a flare up of any sort. Unless man they've invested a whole lot of dental dam and Trojan rubbers.
But you know what?
Definitely ain't no rubber.
Who's to say he was even? I mean, I don't want to say it so blunt, but who's to say he was even sexually active with her like that? For him to have been intimate with all the women that he's been with on the road, she was home raising her children.
Yeah, he was.
She was home. They had a whole business adventure at home versus her being on the road with her husband. So he could have gotten sick while he was on the road and gotten tested while he was on the road.
That's supposed to be when it happened. Yeah.
Right. But I'm saying that could have been true. Mm-hmm.
Right. If you ever get a chance to watch the Showtime, the Lakers Showtime thing, they have, I think it's on Showtime.
I saw that.
Yeah, man. Hey.
What's it called? What's it called?
Is it called Showtime?
One of them is fake. One of them, like the one on HBO Max.
Can y'all put it in the chat?
Like they got a real one, and when they said that wasn't that real, the one on HBO Max wasn't that real.
The reenactment one. If you look at how Cookie is portrayed in this series or whatever, she ain't, she loves the dude, but she ain't really like hypersexual with him. Like, she's not. I got to have it, and like that might have been one of his turnoffs about it, that she wasn't willing to go at a moment's notice. Plus, him being a star, always having access to it. Like, it's getting thrown at you. You got to have a catcher to catch all that as it was getting thrown at him.
Balls are drained as hell when he got home.
But he got into that with the owner. The owner was into that. And he was close to the owner of the Lakers. So they used to have fucking foursomes, threesomes.
But this was he was on this shit. He was on this shit before he even went to college. He was like this dude. He was like this. If you watch the show, it shows you, man, that dude been the way he is since he's been a star on a high school level, collegiate level. And then it's just intensified on the NBA side of things, because now you got money and notoriety.
Right.
And you got a championship your first year out there. Oh man, please, you the toast of the town.
Like, it must be magic because it feels so good to me.
Hey, but you ain't talking about Showtime, right? Because Showtime, the one that come on HBO Max, they don't like that one. They say it ain't authentic. Magic Johnson in them. It's two of them. One that's more
that's
real.
What they say. But
Showtime is entertaining as fuck. I love it, but they say it ain't authentic.
Yeah, everybody want to look good when their story getting told. A lot of people don't want they flaws and they chinks in the armor to be seen.
He lying on me.
Jerry West said that all that shit is a fabrication about him. He ain't never did no shit like that. Yeah, right.
Yeah, Jerry West said he wasn't that crazy, like wilding out and doing all that shit. He a beast on that shit.
The logo.
But we don't know. I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I think though, like you said, man, love is a powerful thing, but lust is even powerful.
Not in my book. I hear you though, because at one point it was, but not in my book today.
I'm not gonna say love is not the most powerful, but man, lust get love a run for its money. Because you give in to love before you give in to love. See, you're more fragile to the idea of love than you are lust.
I was about to say,
Lust is momentary. It's fleeting, it's momentary, but love is forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I learned a long time ago how lust could fuck your whole world up. Lust could have you losing the right person. Right. Lust is one of the four devils you need to defeat in order to be able to love somebody full throttle. And if you're unable to love somebody full throttle, then you got to look at lust and turn that mirror around, because lust is within you. Now, I'm not saying the first attraction ain't the physical attraction, because we have eyes and we see one another, but do you really see me? You see the physical part of me, but do you see me? You're going to check me out, but I could be dangerous in my mental. My shit could be fucked up.
That's
so
usually what
at
most
that
people
point,
find out, man.
And a lot of people don't care. If your ass sexy, they just fall for it anyway.
But you're right, because I'm gonna tell you something that I've noticed, especially in younger men today. Younger dudes feel like if a girl is acting like that about them, that's love. And I'm like, man, you playing a dangerous game. Because I see like, oh man, she just acting like that, man, because she crazy about me.
She crazy
like,
about
bro,
me. No, but she fucking
that's
crazy.
Lust. That's more lust.
I'm telling you, I see it all the time, and they think it's like a badge of honor for a girl to act crazy about them like that. Like, nah, that's not good. That's nigga, you finna fall into a trap you ain't gonna be able to get out of.
You been to kill your ass. They so think they in love, been killed you and shit.
Yeah. Talking about she crazy about me. Nah, man, that chick crazy, nigga.
She just crazy.
Crazy.
Exactly. She just crazy. And it killed your ass.
Hey, I've seen, hey man, this stuff is good, boy. She a little crazy, but man, that ain't nothing beating that, boy. She do everything under the sun.
I was watching this dude on Facebook Live one day, and I think he was sending out an SOS about this chick, man, because she was defiling this dude in every kind of way you could think of, slapping him, burning them with candle wax. He was doing all kinds. And he was on live. I'm like, bro, do you need us to come help you? I don't know. At this point, I wasn't gonna help because.
What you say, Mo? Blink 3 times.
Right. You need help. Blink 3 times.
And she was bigger than him too. She was bigger than him too.
Did you see that? You saw it, right?
Yeah, she was bigger than him too. She looked like she was going to bear him down. She would what's the little weeble wobbles? You know how you hit the weeble wobble and then it fall, but it pop right back up again. She kept on knocking him down, but he would get back up again. I was like,
back up and shit.
This
but
is
you know what?
unacceptable.
But this goes for both men and women though. The signs are there. If you turn a blind eye to the signs, then that's almost like, you know, you can't say I was duped because there will always warn.
That's what most people do.
Real shit.
You know what you get yourself into after the first. A lot of people just ignore shit.
But you think that sometimes people think that loving somebody can smooth that over and you know, and that's not always the case because the person has to, whatever that mental deficiency is, a person has to fix that within themselves first in order for them to be fully engaged in something that can be reciprocated on both ends.
Hurts. Let me tell you something. And when I was in my 20s, I felt that I was an exception to the rule. I felt that I could, because I thought I thought I could change her and she wouldn't be that way because I'm this kind of nigga. She ain't never
you are who you are,
like me. Blah blah blah.
I can, hey, you know what you said? I can love it out of her.
Right. Right.
That don't work, especially at our age. Man.
That might happen. Like that may happen to you, but not me.
Yo, you are who you are at this age in our 40s, man. You ain't
love her right, tuck her.
They are who they are. You can't change nobody right now.
Hey, that goes on the flip side too. You know, we some crazy dudes out there do some crazy shit and ruin.
That's what I'm saying, girl. I'm saying men and women. Yeah,
you see a good woman
at our age, you ain't nobody changing. You are what you are.
Yeah, you're not changing.
Nah, we who we are now.
That's in the flesh. Anybody got time to be putting on playing characters and shit like that? Man?
Maybe in your 20s you can maybe change.
Man, in the 20s, man, we played all kind of shit.
We are
man.
who we are.
We did what we had to do. I spent my 20s chasing skirt, man.
It's what can you accept about me? Because there's always gonna be some shit you don't like about your mate.
Look, you're not gonna get the complete package, brother.
It's what you can tolerate pretty much. It's pretty much what you can tolerate.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
What you can tolerate.
What you can tolerate. Yeah.
So we all, hey, women, because women crazy, and we all, we as men, we crazy too. But it's just about how much crazy you willing to put up with.
Yeah, you willing to put up with it. Okay, she like this, she like that, but I'm cool with that.
Hey, my aunt is one of the nicest ladies, church ladies that I've ever met. But I'm almost certain she's been married before. I'm almost certain it's something about her craziness that only my uncle, my ex uncle know about. There's levels to all this shit.
All right. Well, you ever guys see the dude that keeps fucking? They got the good woman, and like he's such a piece of shit. This mind, body, and soul, and she sticks with him side by. And she sticks with him through thick and thin. And you looking like, damn, you got a good woman. You're fucking it up, man.
Hey, Derrick Jackson.
Oh,
the dude, the relationship expert.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, right.
Man. Hey, that woman is a shell of herself, man. She'll never be able to trust and love a man like that ever in her life again.
Who that you say? Barry Jackson.
Derrick Jackson.
Little relationship took cats.
Hey, you've seen him before.
Oh, okay. You talking about dude that used to talk, trying to get you advice.
Being in his car and shit all the time and shit.
Yeah.
And look at the Neelys, man. The cooks and shit, man. I thought they would love. They still together.
You talking about the cook too?
Yeah, the Neelys. Remember the Neelys?
She bounced. Once
like, wow.
Once they got that paper, man.
She changed up.
That's what they say.
Man,
one thing I know: if you have a violent relationship, you got to get the fuck out of that. Some people stick around with violent relationship where they fighting each other and shit. You have to leave that shit, man. The motherfuckers, if just one person is violent, it's not gonna work.
Because Tina Turner had to leave.
Yeah,
because she can fight. She can fight Ike. Hey, I tell people I don't think Ike was that bad.
Yo,
hey, I'm not. Hey, I don't think Ike was that bad.
Judge Joe Brown told a whole nother story. He said she was the motherfucker. Judge Joe Brown, the famous judge. Y'all never seen his interview? He said she was a demon. He said they lied on her. They lied on Ike. He said Ike was the one they knew when they was little. He used to come look out for them, do all this shit. He said Tina be lying. He said she was the demon. She used to come out and curse them out when they was on her porch and shit. But she said Ike
she
was
might have
nice.
came and cursed them out, but he definitely was whooping her ass.
No. I'm not. Hey, Mo, I ain't saying that part. I know that. I know that to be true.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that she when I watched Love Got I almost hated Lawrence Fishburne after that damn movie. When I was young as hell.
That's good acting. Good acting.
You're right. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta understand something got to be wrong with you yourself to even deal with some shit like that. Your average healthy person is not gonna deal with somebody beating their ass all the time. Like at some point you're gonna be like, yeah, nah, it's time for me to go.
Hey, listen to this. I seen an interview with Ike Turner the other day, and he was like, "So, I said, why did you hit her? When did you hit her?" He was like, "Yeah, sometimes I be Annie walking around the house with a sob look on her face. I keep asking her, Annie, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?" And then the day two, she's doing the same things. So I slap her. Like, God damn, you can eat a puppet.
I was gonna say we're acting like substance abuse wasn't a factor in this relationship.
Oh yeah,
and we have to take into consideration. If you're heavily under the influence of any substance, you have you can look at somebody's face, and to a person who's not high, it's a normal face. But to a person that's high, they can be seeing all types of shit like they on LSD, acid, tabs, coke, crack. And I can smile at you, and it can look like I'm fucking cussing you out and frowning at you, so you just gonna pop off.
Yeah, it could have looked at as a demon. She's a demon.
I'm not saying that she ain't get to the point where she started defending herself, but I don't think she was the aggressor.
No. This was Judge Joe Brown said. I ain't say this.
And he's not credible to me.
That's not what I was saying.
Joe Brown got his own issue.
I ain't say this true.
Coop said that.
The one thing I'll tell you is when they went to go get his side of the story before they made the movie, he signed off for his rights and was like, yo, whatever she tell y'all is what happened. He backed away from it. He didn't even want to defend. He didn't even want to defend whatever. So she had free range to say whatever she want, whether it was fully true or not.
He was high. He
need that money too. Right.
Now I know the cake part was fake. Eat the cake animator said that was made up. That part was made up. They said that.
Well, guess what? Guess what? Motherfuckers use that shit, and they still to this day mushing cake in people's face.
Listen, I almost mushed my wife on our wedding day. I was like, man, I want to smash this shit up face so bad.
You just wanted to do it.
Yeah, because I saw Ike do it, man.
Look at
Ike's a positive influence.
Man, but one thing I can tell you about, especially, this is probably for all women, because all women have that. When I'm sick and tired, I'm sick and tired.
Yeah, breaking up hurt.
I can tell you, for her being from the. Oh, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, but her being from the South or whatever, she got some scrap in her. She got some scrap, but she shouldn't have to do that, in a situation where she's with a man that's supposed to be protecting her and shit. So,
right.
He was protecting her. He was protecting her, right? He was just whooping her ass.
Right. He was definitely whooping her ass.
Y'all see that Johnny Carson, when they were sitting next to each other, she kept putting his hands on her, and he kept taking her hand and moving it and putting it back and shit. Like, yo, they go right. I get started.
Or Johnny Carson, damn.
I probably sitting there high as hell.
He was like, "Hey, don't get your hand off me. I'm still mad at your ass. I'm gonna get you when it's over with."
She said something that was off. She said something that was crazy. And his whole demeanor shifted. That's when he started moving her hand and shit. She said something about them partying upstairs all day and shit. Like, bitch, you about to tell all the business.
Yo, she had to get off. She had to get off that Christianity and go to Buddhism.
Ike was
turn
probably
the cheek no more.
Ike was probably high one day. He's like, "Is anime swinging at me?" Oh shit! So high. She ain't doing nothing. You think he's about to? But yeah, that's toxic. If anybody didn't learn anything from that, Lawrence Fishburne was in the same category as Danny Glover from Color Purple. Man, I hated him.
People hated him. Yeah,
Jesus,
man.
Was worse.
But I think I think women hated Mr. more than did Ike Turner.
Mr. was hell. I watched that last month again.
And plus, she was young. She was real.
Yeah, he got her like 15. She was like 15.
That's crazy.
Yeah, women.
Go ahead,
and she already had 2 kids.
Women hated Danny Glover when he was with the weapon 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
Hey, she put them 2 fingers up and put a root on that nigga though. She fucked him up.
She sure did.
Yo, his whole life changed.
He was doomed before she came into his life, which is why he couldn't get a wife, because his original wife passed away.
Right.
So he was, to the people, he was already cursed, which is why he went to the bottom of the barrel, and the man was like, "Here, you could take her." She had already had 2 kids. He knew
Right.
he was stuck with her. And Danny was, to people back then, if you lost your wife and you let your shit go like that, you might have had a little root on your lawn, So
Silly is ugly, but she can cook, she can clean.
That's what it was. It was
Right.
that she could cook, she can clean, and
Yeah.
this cat right here has already been broke into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you saw where he got his food from.
Situation.
Hey, you saw his dad. That's where he got his fucked up attitude from his father. You saw when his father came around how he was talking.
Yeah.
From either from that other movie.
But you know what? It's a lot of people that got that story to some shape.
Word
or
up.
fashion.
Hell yeah. That definitely
a lot
was-
of people.
Oh, that shit. 15, 14-year-olds and they, thrown into that and he beating ass and that's, man, look, we all had it bad as black people back then, but being a black woman, man, y'all had Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you gotta think about it. They was getting married.
Them little quirky preventative measure rules that are really so warped that we even carry on today. Like that was in their mind your really best chance of me trying to save you from going through any abuse. So in other words, when we say stay out the men face, you stay out the men face. If we say don't go walking around by yourself, have somebody with you, you don't go walking around by yourself. If we say that your pajama, you need to have on some pajamas or some kind of shorts underneath their long nightgown, in our mind, maybe that could help save you some time. It's just all these things. Like if you got daughters, you don't let the man get them a bath. You always give them a bath.
Right.
Or you always wipe them. Like it's so warped and crazy, but that was the best they felt they could do to help you. Because if you got touched and somebody found out, well, sorry, baby, but you got touched. Like what I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to tell this nigga he gotta leave, and then now I'm stuck here with these 5 kids. We ain't eating now.
Yeah.
And I can't work, and I can't take care of this household.
You know what I mean? So when I tell your little ass to stay with your brothers and your sisters and always be up underneath their ass, like I'm telling you what I'm telling you for a reason.
That's right.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of stories like that never was talked about, that happened, that people lived through. Yeah.
Some nice good old holy sanctified in the church people too, doing some real nasty stuff.
As we see, people now are the products of their environment, because mental health on both sides of the spectrum, men and women, are at an all-time high.
Right.
You know what?
Psychologists, psychiatrists, social workers, they're all winning right now.
Oh, yes, they are.
Listen
they
to
are
this.
winning right now.
They get good money too.
I think we could really I would like to have a conversation about mental health, because it is a taboo subject, believe it or not. I think we should could really unpack that, really talk about some mental health shit.
Mental health and trauma.
Because we don't take care of our mental health like we need to.
Because we all deal with trauma. We all have some type of trauma in our
PTSD.
life.
That shit is real. I just start learning that as of late. But I've had some PTSD go on. Now that I'm look at it now, definitely. I think that's good.
Yeah, we all got trauma though, man. Whether it was with your parents or just somebody, man, relationships, whatever. We all have some type of trauma in our life. Well, most of us.
First time I got my heart broke, man, that was traumatic, boy.
Not that.
Yeah, no.
But if you think about it, trauma, like if you think about all of that, like that's the best way to get somebody. Like that's the best way for the enemy to get you. To mess your mind up. If the enemy can mess your mind up, then so it's all 50 million type of different ways you could do that. I don't know. I definitely think everything is at an all-time high too. But we're creatures, like we're followers. We're not really leaders for the most part. And we kind of, to me, as humans, we live the way little kids play soccer when they like 5 years old. Like they all just run around the ball up and down, the field. Like I just feel like that's what we do. And I think a lot of people, it's just because, they sad, now I'm gonna be sad. And then, oh no, I'm gonna be sad. And then now, next thing you know, everybody's just so sad.
Well, it's energy.
But
That's all energy. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
energy.
sometimes if you just sit back and like just have a different perspective sometimes of certain shit, you'd be like, you know what? It really, you know, I mean, it's really not that bad. You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of really okay. So I don't know. Sometimes you just that shit is infectious. Like
Yeah, you gotta break out of the matrix. Break out.
yeah,
of that,
man, you gotta break out the matrix.
You gotta
yo.
break out of that shit, man.
I see
breaking
social media doing that. Like
hard
I
to
can see
do,
how my
but you
algorithm is built and the stuff is showing me. And like I'm getting to the point where I'm like, oh, you really tried it. Like this was a good one. Like I like this little meme right here. I'm supposed to be like fucked up all day now, right? And I'm like, yeah, nah, this shit ain't gonna work today. So it's just crazy. Like it's just I don't know. It's I'm telling you, it's like it's like a visual warfare going on out there. Like they really fucking us up too. It's bad.
Enemy is winning.
It's fucking news, it's media, it's just everything, man. It's a sick environment. Like Dave Chappelle said before they try to fuck him, it's a sick environment. That's what it is. So you gotta heal yourself. You gotta heal yourself and break loose. Take the cords out your back for the matrix. Break loose.
Yeah, you got to go in the wilderness for a little bit sometimes too.
That would be good. You can touch your
Y'all
feet.
could come visit me at my spot in Alaska. Y'all could come visit. Y'all gotta
go to Alaska. Ain't it cold out there though?
I'm going off the grid.
I don't know how the hell this no having blood fool over here thinks she gonna go.
I want to go to Alaska
I
too,
was
Monica.
with
Hold
her.
on.
Watch
When
get
I
cold
thought
easy.
we was
She get
going
cold.
to New Mexico, I was down. I was ready to go, but I'm not going to Alaska.
Yeah,
So
Alaska sound kind of cold.
You don't even eat
Go
fish.
to the-
Why do
let's-
you want to go to Alaska?
Because I'm going to learn.
sis.
But you got to understand. First of all, I barely eat shit
Do they
anyway.
even have chickens up there? I don't even.
But I'm
Look at the first thing she said. Do they have chickens though?
Yeah,
You gotta give her
I'm
a
gonna
chicken.
live
You
off
gotta give
the
her a
land. I am gonna live off the land.
You
I'm gonna
need
have a
chicken.
coop, but I'm gonna live off the land. But you sell to your neighbors. I mean, you got to give a certain portion of what you get from the land. You got to give to the elders. You got to give back to the land, and then you sell the rest. You make a living off of that. So I don't necessarily have to eat salmon, but I know how to catch it so that I can make a living for myself. I don't know how
pick
to.
another state.
I
Pick
don't
another
eat it. No,
state.
I'm going to Alaska because I like land. I like
Okay, so you
space. I
dead
like
set on
freedom.
Alaska. You dead set on that one.
Yeah, I'm
this
going. I'm
is
telling
what
you.
I don't understand. Like she has no blood. Like the child is cold all the time.
Oh, you want to
No,
okay,
I'm going
like
through
anemic.
now.
She like
I'm
anemic.
going through menopause now. That's why
Okay.
it's a good time for me to
Oh,
go because
menopause.
I'm having these flashes. I'm hot. I'm cold.
Her would be
There's
perfect.
no middle. Yeah. So I'm good now. So y'all could come visit, but y'all gotta go home. Y'all can't live there now because y'all gonna love my place, but
She
y'all
gonna be
can't live
frozen.
there.
She gonna be up in the
I ain't
mountain.
going nowhere then.
frozen.
No, I'm gonna build us a fire, a campfire. I'm gonna have a hot springs on my land. Like we're gonna be good. Just watch. We're gonna be good. Y'all can come visit. You gotta go home now.
Aaron is are your shows ADHD like this every week?
Huh?
Of course.
Oh yeah, you gotta be.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You gotta
Oh, yeah.
be. You gotta be.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, I wanted to go to Alaska for the longest though. I want to go to Anchorage or Yukon. Let's go.
Bro, you can
And
come.
I
I'm
eat-
telling you. And
and
your
I
sister
eat
be
fish.
right there.
I
What
eat
about
fish,
Jamaica?
girl.
Why we can't go somewhere like that?
That's what I'm saying. That's
Somewhere
all
more
I'm saying.
tropical.
And I even picked New Mexico. I said New Mexico.
Damn.
Okay, even Mexico, yeah.
So let me tell you why I personally can't go to Jamaica because the laws, the politics over there. There's a lot of politics that just things it look good for you, but it's not good for you. And I don't want to
agree
be
about
on
Jamaica. I
live.
wouldn't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to be on live bashing one of the most beautiful countries that I've ever visited.
So where the hell
but
can we
as
go
far
then?
as living there, I'm telling you, it's Alaska.
No,
I'm telling you,
Alaska is beautiful, dog.
Yeah,
It sounds
it's
cold,
beautiful,
though.
but you just
They warm up though, getting the
off the
60s,
land.
70s.
Listen.
It ain't frozen. Shit,
Y'all
like
can
blood
Rich,
too
y'all can
thin.
come and we can
Y'all
mountain
blood
climb
too
together.
thin.
We
Oh,
can
ain't
mountain
mountain
climb
climbing.
together. We can snowboard together. We can have live free.
I'll watch you.
Live free.
I'll watch you.
Right. Come on, bring. I have plenty of
Yeah,
lawn
watch.
chairs out there for you.
Go ahead, lower chair.
I just won't
Absolutely.
They'll watch.
You're coming, Mo. Knock it off. You'll be there. I
You know
ain't
another.
Alaska. I
You know
told you
another
these
nice
people-
area, Vancouver, man. I heard Vancouver's really nice.
That's fucking Canada, right?
Yeah, I hear.
That's freaking expensive, is what that is.
But they
Yeah.
got free healthcare.
They do have that.
Yeah, but
And-
their free healthcare is not. Their free healthcare is not really kind of like the best.
Probably a catch to it. It's probably a catch.
It's not really the
I
best.
mean-
And when you need to see a specialist,
Shit.
you be like 6, 8, 9 months out.
I can
If
see
you
that.
have to
Was
get
this free?
a
Yeah,
outpatient
I can see that.
procedure.
We have that here.
Nah,
We have that here,
Nobody-
depending on the doctor.
Well, I go to the emergency room and say I'm
I
fucked up and
agree
just say
with
a
that.
couple hours.
But when you have to get a procedure that really should be getting done, tops 2 weeks, and people been waiting 5 months to get it done, like, that part for it is unacceptable.
Yeah, because if it's free, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers in there, so you're gonna be waiting.
Well, I can tell you, but I do want to visit there. I want to visit Australia. I think Australia is
Now,
beautiful.
I want to visit all of them.
Ireland.
Now, in
we
terms
got
of visiting,
something
yeah, I love to
in
visit. I
common.
want to visit everywhere.
We
In terms of
got
visiting.
something in
Yeah.
common. I'm trying to go to Ghana in 2 years though. That's what I'm trying to do right now.
Yeah,
Definitely
I'm
Africa.
I'm with that. I'm
Definitely
with
Africa.
Ghana,
So,
definitely.
I was
That's
narrowed
without a
down to
doubt.
Cape Town or Ghana, man. I just keep going towards Ghana. I'm about to get my passport.
Mhm.
I got a
About to go.
passport. I need to go
Going.
somewhere.
But,
I ain't even used the
Those
motherfucker
be,
yet. I got it.
those be affordable. You can definitely do it. Your niece is
Mm-hmm.
trying to get us to go to Africa next year.
Yo, I
forgot.
think that's dope, man.
dope. That's very
I
dope.
need 2 years though. I need 2 years because I want to go. I want to be in Africa. Like, yo, I just so beautiful there. And then all these years we thought that all we see is these little kids with big bellies and flies and shit around them. It's like you really get to see this YouTube shit. Then opened up a lot of stuff and a lot of people's eyes to see shit that I didn't know it was like that. like
It's
that.
funny. I always knew better, but when I lived overseas, when we went back and I lived over there were a lot of Africans that lived in Belgium,
Yeah.
or they lived in some of the other surrounding countries, like they live in France too. And some of them you could tell they ain't had the best of the best, but I saw a lot of them that like you could tell like they really had something. And so I was like, well, it gotta be that back home. Why they able to just leave home and come over here and be thriving, like, or like, I don't know, they just was very prestige to me. And then some of them used to go, I don't know, I just always knew it wasn't the kids with the flies. I don't know why I knew that.
No, I'm saying this is the reception and shit because a lot of people, that really just don't understand like how how beautiful Africa is and shit, man. It's like, I'm gonna go so bad. Like I was
Africa is beautiful.
Word up.
But you know what I noticed when the world started opening up and people started to explore different parts of Africa? You started hearing the horror stories of people getting robbed, them getting pulled over by the police, and them planting fake drugs or drugs on them. And yet because they want money. They know you're American. They know the car you're in, and they pull it over and then they, will mysteriously come up with some drugs in their hand. So either you pay them or they taking you to jail. And I'm not just saying Africa is the only place that I saw online once the world started opening back up, but that was one of the most showcased places where Americans were getting pulled over, and they started telling people, they started going live and telling people, hey, listen, we were just driving to this market and we got pulled over, and they demanded we give them money or we were going to jail, and we had no drugs on our person.
What parts of Africa was this happening in?
Ghana. Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said this is after when we was coming back from COVID?
Right. This was right when so it went from you having to get vaccinated to right when it said you didn't have to be vaccinated. But when you got there, you still had the test. And if you
still had
tested
to test.
positive, they put you on this compound with other people that tested positive. And then they would test you again in 2 to 3 days. But now the security there was watching everybody and how you were moving. The people that kind of stayed isolated, all of a sudden their test came back negative. The people that wanted to party on the compound, drink on the compound, wild out on the compound, their test came back positive and they had to stay longer and they had to pay for that out of their pocket.
Ooh.
So, you know, you're not going to Ghana for a week. You're going to go over there for what, 2 to 3 weeks? Anywhere over there. That's a long ass flight. And people started going live and reporting that, saying that it was a shit show. You know, you go there, you know your test was negative. You had the paperwork, you loaded your entry, you get there, and all of a sudden you test positive.
Lord Jesus. Yeah, that's something. And then what did did anyone say like how the conditions were at the compound? Like were they
one of them? Well, one I heard about, they were a former employee of mine, and they said it literally was like, Mo, if I can give you a visual, it was like, what's the hotel on Corley's Avenue? It's still there, but it was right before Rite Aid where my angel used to work.
Corley's Motel.
Corley's Motel, right. So imagine that in a U shape, but having like four to 5 floors. And in the middle was like where it was like a courtyard where you can go out there and like sit down on benches. But people were like playing music on their phones or on their speakers, on their radio. I mean, they basically turned that into their vacation. But those individuals, their test kept coming back positive. So the people at the compound literally were making them stay there damn near for the duration of their vacation, getting the money that way. And then, you know, they never got to enjoy the country. They had to pay for the transportation. They couldn't even, like the Uber people that will come bring the food, you had to pay the compound to even have Uber come there to deliver you food.
Damn. Wow.
That's messed up, yo.
So
And that individual,
Dixie Freeland, what's up,
secretly,
bro?
hey Dixie, that individual secretly
What up?
videoed everything, and that person didn't go live. They just sent the individual to say, hey, listen, if anything happens to me, this is where I'm at. And then at times they would turn the switch off so you wouldn't get any internet access at
they
all.
wasn't fucking
no
playing.
telephone. Right. They were doing some crazy stuff.
That's not cool. I don't want to be nowhere like that.
Yeah.
I'm a wanderer type
Yeah.
cat to end up in some shit that I can't get myself out of.
One girl was able to get a negative test because she slept with one of the guards.
Damn. Hey, she's trying to get the hell out of there.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And then they wouldn't let you keep your paper. They would give you your paper and show you that you tested positive, but then they would take it from you. So it was believed that they were using those same papers on individuals that they thought had money or they could get something from.
See, that's a corrupted bullshit there. See,
there's a lot of corruption in these third world countries. You gotta really pay attention to where you're going.
Mexico like that too in some places.
Oh yeah.
You have some cash, they'll take your money and shit. Won't give you shit, get no ticket or throw you in jail. They'll take your money.
Yeah.
Some of the guys like this, that they expect that shit. Like, man, I just can't do that, man.
Yeah.
Cool. We're gonna go ahead and end this though, man. We're running out of time, man. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Hold on one before we go.
Shout out to the Fusion niggas. Shout out to the Fusion niggas.
Thank everybody for coming out. Check us out on the playback next week. We are back again. Talk that stuff. We keep it rolling like we always do. You know what I'm saying? Like to thank Kareem Cooper, Dixie Freely, Monica Donato, Monique, Ricks, Ron Wallace, and Gigahertz. Join us next week again, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 for the pre-show music mix. You want to send your music in, send it to adsy@gmail.com. Like the peace on 3. 1, 2, 3. Peace.